we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. When I ran the first two amendments to bring medical marijuana to Florida, the politicians lied about everything, and now they're doing it again. They said then, and they're saying now, that smoke will be everywhere. That's nonsense and a complete lie. If Amendment 3 passes, adults can safely use marijuana, but not in public places. That's in the law and in the Constitution, just like with tobacco. So now let's finish what I started, and don't believe the lying liars from Tallahassee. Join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Safe, regulated, responsible. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli.
And I'm Jake Chapman.
We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes than we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injured law firm of Kaufman & Lind. I'd like to thank some of the people in my firm who make this possible. Craig Lind, Christian Schlereth, Ken Schoenberger, Natalie Bailey, Sarah Burkhalter, Bree Lopez, Ashley Larson, Skylar Faraze, Renee Rosso, Catherine Ewing, Delaney Hogue, Patty Hotchkiss, Christopher Hunt, Christopher Diaz, Matthew Fondren, Jonathan Lamb, Sam Korth, Bridget Lind, David Love, Haley Weedman, and Alex Francis. I can't thank you enough. Contact us at winunius.com or dial pound 546. Offices Orlando.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. As we do every single day, and we do have a good program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. We'll do that at 3:20 with our friend Deborah Roberts during Woke News. 4 o'clock hour, what'd you do that's new? I'll give you my suggestion that I dropped on the guys this morning right around 9 o'clock. 5 o'clock hour, It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll also do trivia. We have tickets to see Orlando City Soccer and a $50 gift card to our friends over at Pirate Spot Fireworks. We'll end it up with, you heard it here first, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can watch us on YouTube. Just click right through while you're there watching and enjoying the show. That's us talking and sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a like and subscribe. That does help us out quite a bit. And if you want to leave a talk back, that's easy as well. Download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send your comment on down the line. How's it going?
Happy Tuesday.
Guys, let me tell you something. It is, it's Bible hot out there. Like, it's Bible hot. Like, it's, you know, you flip through the back of that thing, that Bible thing, and it gets pretty furry back in the back of that thing. I don't know if you know that. Toward the end of that Bible book.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, things start catching on fire and whatnot. As a matter of fact, I think that's how it all ends. And I have to tell you, I think what the heat index today is, like 108?
They say, yeah, we could be seeing temperatures of 112. Right now, it's only 104.
Yeah, let me tell you, dude, I walked to my front door to my truck this morning, just out of the shower. That is a grand total of 60 feet. By the time I got in my truck, shut the door, and cranked the truck, I was already literally soaking in sweat. And I'm such a bitch of a man. I get it. Like, I'm out there slinging a hammer, mowing a lawn or anything like that. I literally walked to my truck from my house, and it was just like, Jesus H.
When I saw the UPS guy in the building yesterday, I was like, man, I really feel for you guys. He's like, yeah, well, don't worry about it, because according to our management, this shouldn't affect us.
Is that what they say?
That's what he said.
Is that what they say from their office?
And I said, I bet you that's the email from his air-conditioned office that he sent.
Exactly. I got nothing.
Yeah, not a problem.
I got nothing but mad respect for anybody who has to work out here.
Good
and even
God.
And again, it's so funny. We constantly talk about, roofers and construction workers and landscapers and people who are out in the elements. But man, let me tell you something. Those delivery drivers, when you started talking about that UPS thing that happened a few years back, when UPS, basically the workers are like, hey, look, man, we need some help in these trucks. I don't know if you know this. In the back of these things, it's like a food truck with a stove going. It's like $1.30 back there.
Except no food.
Yeah, you know that box I'm in about every 30 minutes or every 8 minutes or so? And those guys, man, that's brutal stuff.
Oh.
Brutal stuff.
And I don't know about you, but I mean, as you get older, it affects you differently.
It
right?
does. Yeah.
So what you could stand in your, teens, all of a sudden when you're in your 30s, hey, it hits a little harder.
There's a lady who went on a hike out in, what's the big national park where everybody dies?
Oh, yeah, Yellowstone?
yeah, that's the one.
Grand Canyon,
like Death Valley, right?
Death Valley, there you go. It has death in the name.
Right.
Come on.
The dead giveaway.
I mean,
if you went into the house was called Death House, chances are you'd stay outside, enjoy your drinks out there.
Exactly.
But this a lady goes out on a hike with a group, like at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. They get to the halfway point where the rest of the group is going to turn around. This lady's 50, by the way. I mean, in relatively good shape when you saw the photograph of her. She wasn't like obese or anything.
No, but you said was, and that's the operative word.
Yeah, that is the operative word, because she's like, well, I'm going to continue on to the head of the trail, which was a little bit more up the line. They were going to head back, you know. Because it was getting late in the morning. They tell you if you get out there past 10 o'clock in the morning, it is like it's
a different game.
It's dangerous. It's like you wading into floodwaters. It's just dangerous. And sure enough, she got to the tip of the trail, text her friends that stopped halfway and headed back. Text her friends saying, hey, made it. And that was like 9:35. 20 minutes later, she was texting for help, that she couldn't breathe, that she was overheated, needed water, and by the time they reached her, I think an hour later, she was gone. 50 years old. It was not even, I don't think it was 10:15 in the morning. That's how hot it is.
Well, that's when you really have to know your environment that you're in. And, this, is when industries start texting in to let us know. And absolutely not. Don't forget our postal workers.
Oh, yeah, just got that.
Some other folks driving around in vehicles that don't have AC.
And the postal workers, I mean, those guys that walk.
Whoa.
The guys and girls who walk, I should say.
They get to drive with the door open.
Okay, easy, stop, Jack.
That creates a breeze.
You're not making friends, buddy. You are not making friends. Look, can I tell you? I think if I was a postal, again, this is me, thinking out loud, sitting in the studio. But if I was a postal delivery person, I think I'd probably rather be on my feet, than in
a vehicle.
And the reason why is, although it's in the vehicle, the motor's running, it's hot, the thing's radiating heat. If you're and kind of do your thing,
maybe even a resident's house.
Yeah. And I know that just like UPS and FedEx guys, aren't the USPS guys also on a schedule? Like they're given enough mail to complete in an 8-hour shift, right?
And followed.
And followed
by your supervisors.
No.
I used to be really good friends with my postal carrier when I lived in Delaney Park, and she and I would chit chat all the time. But then she'd be like always looking over her shoulder, and she said, the supervisors will follow them out to make sure that they don't stop and chit chat with the residents, that they just deliver the mail and finish that route on time.
I bet the supervisor cars. AC.
Yeah, fully AC.
They don't have that door open, Jack.
What a kick in the nuts, and all that to deliver stuff that's going to get thrown away.
Right. I mean, and think about it. Your postal person is probably one of the most important persons you can ever get to know in your neighborhood, because they know all the people. They know all the vehicles.
I got a cool one.
They know who's coming and going.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have your postal worker on your side, you are set.
I got a cool one, and you're right. I have to tell you,
it's a difference maker in a neighborhood.
It's absolutely hilarious you mentioned that. Turns out the guy who delivers my mail is a fan.
Right, yeah.
Right? And when I was going through...
At your current home.
At my current home, the new place. Is a fan, and of course he found that out by delivering my mail. You can see it right there. So when I was going through all that stuff with that, with that guy who owned the house before me, the guy was like, "Hey, do you, just give you a heads up, this guy is talking mad S about you. Like, to just randos, to just anybody that'll walk up. This guy is absolutely wasting you." And he was giving me the inside tip on everything this guy was doing. And I'm telling you, you are 1,000% right. That is a very important while we're on vacation.
Yeah.
This guy was like,
They know what car is supposed to be. I remember when my postal carrier, and he was Coast Guard, coolest guy, ended up moving to Vermont. But I remember him saying, "Hey, you know that car, such and such color?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's my mom's car. But thank you for checking with me."
Oh, yeah.
Because they are your eyes and ears when you're not home.
Look, man, this guy was like giving us updates on what was going on, what was coming into the house.
He's like, "By the way, that bill that I did reseal it."
Right. I'm making sure there's no check in there. Wink, wink.
Right, exactly.
But he also was like a historian of the neighborhood because he was born and raised in that area.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a bunch of information on the house in the area I just moved into that we do not know.
Oh, how many people died there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, are they still buried there?
Oh, they are buried there. Two in the attic. All right, 407-916-104.
Since you moved in.
Two in the attic, one in the basement.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a party.
You know your guy? Or your person, I should say?
Not the latest one.
No, you've gone through a cycle of them?
It's tough because,
some of them are very cool.
And the hardest part, if you don't know them, that makes the Christmas tip extremely difficult to navigate because you don't know if it's a replacement or if it's your new guy.
Right.
Is it worse than being friendly with him? Because if you're being friendly with him, like this guy that's taking care of me, he's like texting me and going, "Hey, look, dude, you got a sketchy blah, blah, blah happening like at the end of the year." That guy's be like, "Hey, look, I was tipping you off." He brings receipts. He's like, "Oh, these times
I can honestly say, as close as I've been to most of my postal carriers, they've never texted me.
Really? Well,
no, Michelle did.
This was a situation because I had that legal scenario happening there, so I was looking for every level that I could get.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he texted us originally here on the show.
Oh, that's right.
To let me know. Then I made contact via that.
But I bet Jim has hugged zero amount of postal carriers. Deb?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You hugged your carrier? I can't hug this guy.
Who doesn't she hug?
This guy would not let me hug him for sure.
Try it.
No.
Try it. Just get it on video.
I'm going to look at him because, can I tell you, he looks like me with a longer beard. And those are not guys you invite out. Jake, come in here. I've got something to show you.
That's the Ring doorbell video I want to see.
Oh, come on now.
Hard embrace at the very last minute. 2 pats on the left shoulder blade.
There you go.
Bring it in. Bring it in, bro.
With the fist, right? With the fist.
Bring it in, bro. Bring it in, bro. I want to smell that U.S. sweat.
Somebody just said, UPS guy here, I'll be working 14 hours today. And see, and that's
unbelievable. I wonder if they have to do that because of the breaks they have to schedule for themselves. Because I believe that with UPS and FedEx, I loaded trucks for UPS as a kid. And as I remember it, I don't know if policy has changed. I mean, when you get that truck loaded, You don't come back with packages. You don't come back at like 5:05 and said, I tried my best.
Right.
It is up to you to get those packages delivered. And that's why you'll never get a UPS person into a conversation. They do not have time.
Yeah, no,
they're not interested.
The guy talking yesterday just kept walking. Yeah, that's what
exactly. They don't care about your grandmother's peach cobbler. They don't care how awesome it is or what your kid did in school the next day. They got things to do because they would like to get home to their family before 8.
Yeah, especially after 14 hours.
And I can only imagine, and I also know with UPS, and I'm virtually certain it's with FedEx as well, and I think we've talked about this before, they've increased that maximum package load, I believe. Back in the day when I was loading boxes, I believe the maximum weight a package could be was like 30 or 32 pounds or something.
Hell, half the cat and dog food that they have to deliver is more than that.
And the story is the first night I was loading trucks for UPS, I'm standing there at the bottom of this chute, because basically it's this giant warehouse of conveyors, and the conveyors deliver packages down to where your zip code's going. And I remember everybody watching me for a minute, and I knew that was a bad sign, because when they turned that damn thing on, that chute went from being empty to perpetually full for 4.5 straight hours. The very first box was this one. You ready? This is my introduction to loading trucks for UPS as a Hickville, USA Jimbo down here trying to make $8 an hour and feel like a baller, right? This was it. 1 of 35 nuts and bolts, weight 32 pounds.
Ooh.
Oh. In other words, 34 more of those blankers coming down the chute for me to load first day 1.
Oh, they planned that for you. Welcome aboard, Jimbo.
But I think they've actually jacked that up. I think at UPS now you can send something up to like 50 pounds.
Ooh.
So that means if you send multiple 50-pound packages to one address, one dude is ripping those things out all day long until they're done.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. I say dude. Person, I should say that.
That's right.
All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We have a ton of cool stuff to talk about today. Deb, you got some news?
Yeah, I do. We're going to talk about WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange reaching a plea deal. Closer to home, the biggest Saharan dust outbreak of the hurricane season forms in Africa. And guess who's getting their own stamp?
Really?
We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. 407-916-1041 to call us. Text us easily at 77031. Back in a sec with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning. Because y'all said I wasn't cool this week.
Well,
Cool. Boom, boom, ka-choo. Me and Ryan are the coolest.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at accident activity currently blocking the left lane westbound on World Center Drive near 535, causing heavy backups on both roadways. If you see any other traffic problems this afternoon, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK surgery, they're going to tell you one thing. It is the best decision I ever made. I was just talking to my father-in-law this past weekend. Guys, it is amazing because my wife is about to get the surgery, and the reason why is she's sick and tired of going back and forth from reading glasses to regular just eyesight. Well, the Filatowski Eye Institute is all about that life, and they're right now offering free LASIK consultations. That's right, and here's all you have to do to get that appointment. Text 1041 to the number 868686. That way, you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Guys, these guys are so good. They're one of the oldest games in town. They've done it all, 65,000 of these procedures with the best tech out there. That way, you get the best results every single time. And if finances is a problem, these guys have you covered there as well. 24-month interest-free financing is available. So make your appointment today and schedule your free LASIK consultation. Text 1041 to 868686. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Sponsored by the Nicolay Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenicollaygroup.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss.
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
And more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Lately, living on my own has become a little harder. That's why my daughter and I both love InnovAge PACE. My neighborhood InnovAge Center has my doctor, my dentist, and my physical therapist. Even activities and lunch with my friends, all in one place. And with Medicare and Medicaid, I qualify at no cost. I get the care I need and more time to enjoy with my daughter. To learn more, call InnovAge PACE today at 689-400-8785 or visit innovage.com.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. CamtechSchool.com.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Summer's here and you're at work. Make work a lot tastier with delicious summer savings from Easy Cater, the #1 site for workplace catering with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on EasyCater.com. So order some food for work and make both your team and your food budget happy. Order now at EasyCater.com. Orders must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See all for details.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Radio.
104.1. This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
I'm retired from the Postal Service, but back in the 80s, I had 5.5 hours to do my route. I could do it under 3 hours. So I actually belonged to the swim club behind the post office and would hang out there a couple hours each day. One day my postmaster called me in and wanted to know why I had a better tan than he did after a week in the Bahamas. It's not that way anymore. They really micromanage them now.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. What you just heard was a talk back. You can do it, too. It costs nothing. Just get the iHeartRadio app, which is awesome, by the way. And let me go ahead and give you another heads up. You should immediately download it and listen to Mark Maron's interview with Jewel. Absolutely fascinating human being.
Oh, cool.
I mean, fascinating, unbelievably fascinating human being. What a great story. If you haven't heard that, or you don't listen to Mark Maron and his WTF podcast, one of the most underrated interviewers out there, and his interview with Jewel this month or this week is absolutely priceless. You can get that on the iHeartRadio app. Once you get it, though, by the way, go to Real Radio, use that microphone to send us something fun, and we'll put it on the air, and you too can be a superstar.
Well, if you're there, you can also try and win 2 tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere.
That's not a bad thing to do either.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack, and Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On The Jim Colbert Show.
And Woke News, as always, and gratefully, is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has reached a plea deal with the U.S. Justice Department that will see him go free after spending 5 years in a British prison. According to unreleased court documents, Assange plans to plead guilty to a single felony count of conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified information. The U.S. charges were part of one of the biggest publications of classified info in history, with, unfortunately, some of the classified military and diplomatic materials leaked showing possible war crimes committed by American forces in Iraq. Assange has been held in a high-security prison in London the last 5 years. Before that, an embassy, I believe it was the Ecuadorian embassy. Or Chilean?
Yeah, something
I just
like
remember
that.
him
because
being
I get him and Snowden mixed up.
Exactly.
Snowden was in Russia.
There you go. That's the other one.
Yeah.
One of them was told to clean up after themselves and their cat.
Yeah.
Assange should be now free to return to his native Australia.
Yeah.
It was Assange.
It was Assange.
Who was told to clean up.
To clean up and look after his cat
because
like he was a 13-year-old boy?
Yeah, he stunk. I could think it was really bad. He'd kind of fallen into a really bad depression and didn't leave his room for like a year or something like that. And he already looks like he stinks.
Closer to home, the FDLE is investigating a Central Florida lawmaker. The agency confirmed yesterday it's investigating Windermere State Representative Carolina Amnesty and Central Christian University. This is something the Orlando Sentinel has written.
We's pros.
We so smart.
Yeah.
You get a bell because I like that one.
That's the nonprofit school in Orange County her family runs. Now, the 29-year-old Amnesty used to be an administrator at the school. Remember, they were writing all about the tax-exempt status of her Windermere home.
Yep.
The FDLE, however, did not disclose what they're investigating, but according to the Orlando Sentinel, the state is also investigating Amnesty for her work as a notary public.
Yeah, that's one of the things I heard is that it really kind of coming down because I guess her grandmother or some 87-year-old person signed something and they don't really know. They think there's a possibility she signed or something like that.
It's kind of like the Regina Hill case.
Exactly.
Where it comes down to notaries and who witnessed it and where it happened. And it turns out, I'm one of those people, I'll admit, I always thought being a notary public was something you signed up to do, but it didn't really have any really serious implications. And it turns out with these two cases, you see absolutely it does. So it'll be interesting to see how that investigation turns out. Now, we started the show off by talking about how absolutely brutal it is out there today. Hats off to every single person who's working outside, even if that's just walking from your car. Portions of Central Florida are under a heat advisory. Now, the National Weather Service says specifically people in Flagler and Marion counties could experience feel-like temperatures of up to 112 degrees throughout the day, but that order is set to expire at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the rest of our area is still expected to face a moderate to major risk with heat index values up to 106 degrees. The last time I checked, the heat index is at 104, currently with the temp at 92.
There you go.
Speaking of the weather, scientists are preparing for a launch off Florida's Space Coast designed to improve how they track severe weather. NASA and SpaceX are set to send NOAA's GOES-U satellite into orbit from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station later today. That technology is meant to enhance how officials detect storms not only here on Earth, but also in space.
All right.
And satellite analyst Dakota Smith says he can't wait for GOES-U to be on the job in orbit.
I mean, we've seen the 3 previous GOES satellites give us this amazing high-resolution imagery, sort of game-changing for weather forecasters.
Among a variety of events, the advanced satellite will be able to monitor hurricanes, tornadoes, and solar flares. Keep in mind, yesterday we talked as well about the GOES-U satellite being able to update weather information from 8 hours up to 30 minutes.
Which is insane, really. That's so important.
Being more accurate is nice, but is it going to be cooler to look at? That's what I want to know. Or is it going to be better graphics?
Yeah. How long, and by the way, how long is the name of this going to be?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't do it. You got to have super Doppler cloud penetrating radar 6,500.
You do me a
XL.
favor. You go stretch out GOES-U and sees what that and sees. God bless America. What the hell?
That's 2. I'm hoping
Wrote
for 3.
and sees.
Oh, I hope we get a hat trick today.
No. I sees how you wrote in that.
I would kill you, but that's funny. The 2-hour launch window is scheduled to open at 5 p.m. Now, in the meantime, Saharan dust over the west of Africa could arrive in Florida this weekend, and National Weather Service senior meteorologist Robert Garcia says that's good news because the dust typically limits tropical activity.
It can help rein in some of those tropical waves before they really get their act together.
Yeah, but the dust can also lead to stronger afternoon thunderstorms, something we're expecting here in Central Florida for the rest of this week, an increased chance of rain, including today. Hurricane forecasters are keeping close tabs, though, on another tropical wave currently emerging off the African coastline. A few models suggested some development by next week. If it is named, it'll be named Beryl.
Beryl?
Beryl. B-E-R-Y-L. Yeah, Beryl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, more good news for fireworks fans. Burn bans are no longer in effect for portions of Central Florida, specifically Volusia and Flagler counties.
If you listen close in Longwood, you can hear Craig LaFleur crying, laughing.
It's like holding a seashell to your ear.
Yeah, you can hear the money.
Yeah, both lifted their orders this week after their dry conditions improved. Communities are once again allowed to burn debris and set campfires. However, fire rescue officials are urging residents to use caution since they've already responded to several wildfires just in Volusia County this year. The Florida Forest Service says burn bans are still in place for Orange and Polk counties. Let's hope we get that done. Okay, Seminole County leaders are considering a makeover for the site of a former, well, it says amusement park. The people watching alone made it an amusement park.
It is not it was never an amusement park. Yeah, except for what you're saying. If you're talking about people watching,
yeah, buddy,
being aside, this is definitely good.
Well, commissioners are expected to vote on a mixed-use development plan near Sanford during today's meeting. The proposal would build more than 1,000 apartment units, open space, and storefronts along Ronald Reagan Boulevard. That's right. If you've lived here for a while, you know what I'm talking about. That project would go on the land where Flea World once operated before it closed down nearly a decade ago.
I saw Elvis there.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, he put on a little show. It was great.
Yeah. I saw a water-seeing squirrel there. And I played a concert there once.
See, it was an amusement park.
On a stage that is used for literally auctioning pigs.
I swear.
And I wish I was joking.
If that had been open the past 10 years, I probably would have been there 100 more times.
Without a doubt.
It's 10 minutes from my house.
We would do it once a year because. I mean, just like, okay, it's time to go to Flea World. We got to see if it's still the same. And sure enough, can I tell you, I think they freeze framed the people in that same place. And a year later, they were in the same place.
I'll just check them out at Renninger's now.
Oh, yeah.
Where am I going to get a switchblade comb?
Yeah.
Renninger's.
Yeah. Where can I get a corn dog and a beer for like $3.50?
Renninger's.
Yeah, you can still, by the way.
Yeah.
Where can I see Elvis?
Where can you get a couple of key fobs that don't break the bank?
Yeah.
Not to mention some pretty cool sheds and
where
stuff.
can you get a badass Alfine car stereo?
How about a rooster?
Alfine.
That's Phine.
Al's fine car stereo.
No, but literally, I just found one of the best vinyl shops at Renninger's.
They do have a good one there.
Oh, they've got a super sweet vinyl shop there. But some residents are worried the development will create traffic and flooding concerns. The commission is set to take up the issue later this afternoon. All right, speaking of development, a large chunk of money is going towards Florida infrastructure improvements. Governor Ron DeSantis was in Lake County earlier today to break down the latest spending.
We are pleased to be able to announce that we will, in fact, be awarding $4.8 million from the Governor's Job Growth Grant Fund to the city of Umatilla for infrastructure improvements at Lake Ferns Industrial Park.
Now, that's actually kind of weird because I think you could buy the city for $3.2.
Plant City will also receive about $5.5 million. That will be to create a nearly 3-mile loop extension to give drivers easier access to industrial and commercial developments. Again, the money was awarded through the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund. Projects are expected to create or retain nearly 4,000 jobs, which is big news for a little city the size of Umatilla.
By the way, Lake County on fire. On fire.
Yeah,
now,
literally.
Wait, time out. What do you mean by that? Because with wildfires, people will take that a specific way.
No, just burning down all the trees so they can build all these new developments.
Yeah,
so it's growing rapidly.
It is growing rapidly, man. There's a lot happening in Lake County right now, dog. A lot.
All right, also in Polk County, a restaurant that's believed to be one of the first Hooters to ever open is now closed for good.
This is an I-4 landmark, by the way.
Hooters announced yesterday it closed its South Lakeland location on Sunday. It's one of about 40 Hooters that have been closed around the country recently. Hooters, like a lot of other restaurants, cites current market conditions, but they say they remain highly resilient and relevant. Hooters opened its first location in...
Stop.
Wait, year or location?
I know this, by the way.
City.
I know it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right, Jackie, you want to go first?
I'm going to guess 1986.
I thought you said where?
Both.
In Gainesville.
Okay, 86 in Gainesville. Jimmy, you said you know.
So they ruled the 90s. Hooters was the 90s.
Right.
If anybody says to you, hey, what was the 90s like? Just show them a Hooters.
I'm not showing anybody my Hooters.
That was the 90s. I'm going to say, I think it was 80. What'd you say?
86.
I think it was earlier than that.
And he said Gainesville.
I'll say 82, and I think it was in Tampa, Clearwater.
Oh. First location in Clearwater in 1983.
Oh! Sorry.
And
sorry, you missed. Wow.
You better dong me, dog.
All right. Whoa. You get that.
Yeah,
you get that for being closer.
I get a very rare
dong. You get that for the location.
A very rare dong and a ding. That's a
ding
dong. A very rare ding dong.
After I asked you to dong him, dude.
Close on one, dead nuts on the other. Ding dong.
The South Lakeland location on Florida Ave South opened a year later in 1984.
Yeah. The ding dong is the new epitome of nailing something.
By the way, if you want to know where our national economic outlook is, this is an indicator. I don't know. The Jacksonville Hooters closed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jacksonville. What are they doing up
That's
there
like
now?
closing a church in Rome.
All right, for the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah, man. I watched the entire game last night.
Yeah, they won the Cup last night by beating Edmonton 2-1 in Game 7 at Amarant Bank Arena. Yeah, Governor Ron DeSantis also congratulated the comeback Cats on their win over the Oilers.
When you lose 3 in a row like that, a lot of times there's a momentum that takes place. So good on them for doing it, and it was a great year for them all the way around. And so we're excited to be able to keep the Stanley Cup in the most tropical state in the United States.
Yeah,
DeSantis got jokes.
Yeah, they avoided being just the second team to lose the finals after having a 3-0 lead. And as you can imagine, the printers are working fast and furiously at Atlas Embroidery and Screen Printing in Dania Beach. Doesn't this just make your printer memories just tingle, Jimmy?
For sure, yeah.
As they make the official Stanley Cup Champions T-shirts, operations manager Alex Donez says they're printing over 10,000 shirts to sell at the Panthers team store and, 33 other retailers.
Let me tell you something,
During
buddy.
the second period, when they were up 2-1, we kind of just knew it was going to happen. We had that feeling. We started prepping everything, getting ready, and then when that clock hit 000s, we just rolled with it.
Yeah, watched the entire match. My son, by the way, I did not even know this, has been a hockey fan for years.
Really?
But we never talk about hockey because I don't watch it. But he knew all the terms. We watched the entire match. Man, if you've never watched a
hockey game is the best.
That last 2 minutes, I'm telling you, that last 2 minutes was hard to watch. It was, it was anxiety filled.
But at the end of the game, when they're all on the ice, the executives are on the ice, you see that kind of excitement around it. So, as you can imagine, the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup Championship celebration is going to be Sunday at 11 a.m. if you want to go. The team announcing the parade will be along A1A, starting at Rio Mar Street and wrapping up just north of Fort Lauderdale Beach Park. A stage will also be set up for a formal rally. But whatever you do, don't release balloons.
There you go, don't, yeah.
Because under a new law, it will soon be illegal to intentionally release a balloon in Florida.
Yeah.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill yesterday that bans balloon releases effective July 1st. Now, violators could be fined up to $150, but children 6 or younger are exempt. Balloon releases have been popular at memorials, but they also raised environmental concerns as the balloons can pose a danger to marine life, not to mention those Mylar balloons, those metal balloons. Sometimes when they get caught in power lines, they can end up causing a power outage. So now they're just trying to say, all right, enough with the balloon release. Now if we can just tackle glitter.
Yeah.
And then finally, guess who's getting their own stamp? Here is a hint.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah.
Ken Jennings, huh? That's cool. Well, good for him. He's only been in the game a little bit, but he must be very effective.
So is it Alex Trebek?
It is Alex Trebek.
In the form of a question.
Yes.
The Canadian is getting a stamp.
You got I know, right? It's exactly that. And funny you should bring that up, Jack, because the U.S. Postal Service...
Jack is such an ass.
No, but literally, he is right on it. Is honoring the late Jeopardy host Alex Trebek with a stamp. It was revealed by current host Ken Jennings on Friday's episode. Now, the stamp resembles one of the game show's famous clue monitors and says, quote, "This naturalized U.S. citizen hosted the quiz show Jeopardy for 37 seasons." On the edge of the stamp under the prompt is "Who is Alex Trebek?"
Oh, that's cool.
Written upside down. The stamp is now available for pre-order and will be released next month.
Man, I got to tell you, it's funny, I kind of think, Price is Right went on. Drew Carey did a pretty good job with that, even though Bob Barker was a legend. Now that Pat Sajak and Vanna will still be there, that's moving on. It's weird, though, for a generation, these game show hosts have been like part of people's families every single night, whereas some people would not enjoy maybe one sitcom or the other, where the family wouldn't watch. Maybe somebody didn't like this part of that one or this or that. Everybody liked these game shows.
And they were safe for the whole family to watch.
And they were safe for everybody. And I wonder how the wheel is going to transition with Ryan Seacrest and not Sajak. And then, of course, now, they've had a weird time getting Jeopardy on an even playing field because they had such a weird time finding a host.
They did, and then he ended up causing controversy. Ken Jennings actually had some controversy with him, but then he came back and Maya Bialik was on it for a while. Have you even watched it with any regularity since Alex Trebek?
Not even a little bit, no.
Right. Were you watching it regular before that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I would watch it almost every time.
No.
When I was working for the Monsters, I watched it every single night. But, when I had this thing.
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is I watched it all the single. I mean, I can't watch it now because I have my own show.
Okay.
I get home at 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's already over. My God.
I got a show.
I don't have a TiVo.
I love your relationship. I think I'm going to go, what did I say? Wrote about it?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
wrote
TiVo.
about it.
I have a TiVo. Yeah, you should wrote something about
I
it.
wrote about. There you go.
And
There you go.
Then I'll seize it tomorrow.
I hate you. Now you all are officially woke.
Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. So Melch. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us.
Such a turd.
77031. Back in 1 second with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Don't tell anybody.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for today, we're expecting temperatures to heat up. We'll see an afternoon high of 94 degrees in Orlando with feels like temperatures approaching 110 degrees. So if you have outdoor plans, be sure to drink plenty of water. We also have some afternoon showers and storms that will be on the way, mainly during the mid to late afternoon hours. These will gradually dissipate after sunset. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by ePass. Want to save on tolls? Choose ePass. Only ePass offers toll discounts and a free toll sticker. Plus, you'll always pay the lowest toll rate on all Florida toll roads. Visit getepass.com to sign up today. That's getepass.com. Choose ePass. Expect savings.
Look, man, you hear the weather. We talked about it the very first segment. It's beyond just hot. It's like dangerous now. You got to make sure that your AC system is good all year round, especially during the summer. Our friends over at Mills Air can make that happen for you. Deb's mom, like Jack, got it saved. Olivia and Ross got saved. They've helped me out a ton. They're just good people that give great service every single time. But here's the cool thing. What they will do is tell you the truth about your AC system. If you do need a new one, they have you covered there as well. With 30-plus years of experience, they are Carrier Factory Authorized dealers. What does that mean? If you need a new unit, up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to our friends over at Mills Air. Get that preventive maintenance plan now. Make sure your AC makes it all the way through October so that you can be nice and comfortable in your own home. Family-owned and operated. Call them today and make that appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think? You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there. Huh? Sorry.
Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Membership required. Loan subject to change.
Buy one, get two free at PyroSpot Fireworks. PyroSpot has Florida's largest selection of buy one, get two free fireworks with prices that blow the competition away. Visit our locations in Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just 10 miles north of downtown Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com for valuable coupons and store locations.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.group.
You put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends this Sunday, June 30th. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 4 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. All designer rings, all certified diamonds are included, all colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back, so act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $250 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $63 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to 0, so you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Sunday and will not be extended. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. Get details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031.
I love technology.
Yeah, Jack,
that's the weirdest talkback ever.
That's an odd way to promote your OnlyFans. You could just ask me before the show, and I'd probably say yes. There are people out there that love men's feet.
I've been thinking about it. Like, what could I do?
Yeah, hold on for a second, because that's a good thought. Because I just saw a meme the other day. By the way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. Don't forget, we are giving away Eagles tickets to see them in the Sphere. Like, nobody's doing this. Like,
So jealous.
Nobody's doing this. And Jack, tell everybody how they can do that, by the way.
Yeah, you listen to Real Radio, our station, on the iHeart app, which is free. That's all you have to do. When you are listening using the iHeart Radio app, a little pop-up will say, hey, would you like to enter to win tickets to see the Eagles?
No, I would not.
And you just click there to enter, and then when it pops, it taunts me. Because I listen to the iHeart app every day, and it taunts me when that window pops up, and it's like, I'm not eligible.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. What'd you do that's new coming up at the top of the hour? We'll go over what I have to offer and then find out what Deb has for us next week. OnlyFans.
I already have my idea.
Okay, so
For
here's
OnlyFans?
So let
Yeah.
me,
Oh, yeah.
guys, let me tell you.
She mentioned it before. Yeah.
You can't F around with this. I mean, if you're a woman, you cannot F around with this.
What do you
And
mean?
Yeah, because here's the thing. It'll change your life. I mean, I'm telling you, when I read that story about Dre DiTameo, who was Christian's wife in The Sopranos. And for people who do not know, The Sopranos was a show on HBO that basically set the tone for what television became.
Yes.
If you really want to know the truth, that's exactly what happened. And they did that in the 90s. The show is as legendary as it gets for episodic television. One of the greatest written shows ever.
Agreed.
And one of the characters is this woman. And what was her name in the show?
Drea DiMaio is her real name.
Yeah, she played Christian's girlfriend,
Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
was a major
Moltisanti.
Yeah, was a major player. In the show, and this woman played his girlfriend, and she was in the show quite often, pretty prevalent in the beginning of the program. But she came out and said some things that were what Hollywood doesn't like. Got a blacklisted about some vaccine stuff and some other opinions like that. So she kind of got blacklisted in Hollywood. And about a month and a half, 2 months ago, there's a story about how she couldn't pay her bills. She was literally on the verge of bankruptcy. Her and her mother were facing being evicted from their home because nobody would hire her because of her social stances. So she turned to OnlyFans and paid her house off in a day. In a day, she paid her house off.
Yeah. Adriana was her name on the show.
Right.
That works if you are a celebrity
It
and
does.
if someone of stature, but because the whole thing with OnlyFans, I bet there's millions of pages that people don't know because you just don't know that person.
Yeah, you got to step out there. What was your idea going to be, by the way? Feet is kind of played already. You got to come up with something.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do feet.
Like the small of your back?
Nope.
Bedtime stories,
right? I got side boob.
Nope.
Because you don't have to show any. You don't show nipple.
Yeah.
No areola, just
Easy,
side
watch
boob.
that word.
Nope. Bedtime stories.
Yeah.
While enjoying a lollipop.
Oh.
What happened?
That's after the hot tua.
Oh, geez.
By the way, have you seen the meme of her as a superhero?
Superho? I think you covered it.
As superhero. There's the hawk as a superhero. She's Hawk Tua.
She's a sweet girl. Don't make
No,
fun.
she's a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl with a nasty good habit, Jack. That's what Jack said.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Jack. I'm sitting right here.
Hawk Tua girl is a sweet girl with a terrible habit / good habit. Yeah, I think that would work, Deborah, but I think what you wear is very important.
It could be, but I noticed one day having a lollipop, not recognizing I was on the YouTube feed, and I saw the both of you frozen in place, and I thought this could work. This could work.
But I got to tell you,
and I wasn't showing any boob.
And you don't have to. No. Here's the thing: you would not have to show any skin. Now, you would have to wear something that would be sexy, but it would not have to be revealing at all. It would have to entice the imagination, is what would have to do.
Maybe even wear some glasses, as you twist the lollipop.
Hair in a ponytail, maybe.
Oh, pigtails with my Catholic school uniform.
A win.
Okay, stop,
And
Jack.
patent leather shoes so that you could see my underwear. Well, that's why the girls wore them.
Yeah.
Why do you think we wore patent leather shoes, Jimmy?
They reflect up.
Did you not know that?
Okay. No.
Seriously, you did not know that.
The problem is that Jack knows this. He knows everything.
Well, because he's also Catholic. He went to school with girls like.
It's either a story or a play. Do patent leather shoes really reflect up?
And they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Anyway,
underboob is nice too.
Yeah, underboob is
That's
nice.
a big deal in India.
So the half shirts that stop right there at the old areolas, but show the bottom. Show the bottom boob. Now, which word? I thought it was the other one you want me to stop using.
Don't say any of them.
So the bottom boob part would be very
Just
good.
say pointy part.
Yeah. The feeding part.
The valve. The valve. It's where you hook up your bike hose.
Yeah, let's continue to dehumanize that. Yeah.
Oh, it's been done for years. Don't worry about it.
The milk spigot.
I'm glad we always save the best content for when the big wigs are in town.
Exactly. Hey, they're Mother Nature's original airbags.
Two biggest suits in the entire company, by the way. Here,
My suits are pretty big too.
Yeah. Jack and I would have to do trad dad bodies. You know what that is, right? You know what a trad dad? Trad dad's like a real thing, man. And girls are becoming attractive to trad dad bodies.
They have been for a long time. Trad dad bodies you can be comfortable with. That gym rat you got to always worry about. What's going on with that?
Because I'm telling you, younger girls are falling for the trad dad body because of that very thing. Like, you get a dude who's all ripped up like that. You got to fight and work to keep a guy like that. Trad dad dude, you don't have to do a whole lot. You got to show up with your lollipop and your octo and your shirt.
The other thing, too, is that, think about it, it's not just the fight to keep him. It's that every time you go to have a fry, is he going to be that guy to go, moment on the lips, forever on the hips?
That's right, yeah.
That trad bod's going to be like, you want some fries?
That's right, yeah. We'll enable that ass.
Exactly.
We'll dip your fries in ice cream.
If you eat these fries, I've got a lollipop for you.
We should do a trad dad. We should do a trad dad
fashion show
calendar. And we could do qualifiers.
That's a great idea.
We could do Jim Colbert Show qualifiers at bars where you show up and you do the trad dad model. We'll invite people to come down. It'll be fun. And then we'll pick months 1 through. Now, Jack and I have to be in it. I'll be December. Jack can be April,
of
right?
course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was getting to it. You let me answer. I was going to say June. And we could maybe talk some other trad dad bodies from the building here. Maybe Taco Bob. Maybe
Larry.
Maybe Johnny. Maybe Larry.
Larry from the newsroom. He's cranking classic trad dad.
The trad dad.
Classic.
The trad dad calendar may happen.
I think that is one of the best ideas we've had in a while.
Because we could do that. We could do 3 qualifiers, break them down into 3 qualifiers. We take 4 people per qualifier. We get some bars involved. We do some drink specials, co-op this with a bunch of people and have some fun with it, and then do a calendar.
There you go. Apparently, bottom boob is Australian cleavage. I just wanted everyone to know.
Somebody call Glory and watch her just quit on the spot. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back with What'd You Do That's New right after this.
The Valley.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still seeing slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking 2 westbound lanes on the beach line at the Goldenrod Road exit. Another crash causing northbound delays on John Young Parkway just south of 192 and Vine Street, where the right lane is reportedly blocked. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
You know, driving into work, I pass a couple of fireworks tents, and I just kind of laugh. Man, these guys have nothing on Pyrospot Fireworks. Buy one, get 2 free at Pyrospot Fireworks. They have the largest selection of buy one, get 2 free fireworks out there with prices and products that will absolutely blow the competition away. Use their touch screens. That way you can watch videos and design your very own incredible fireworks show. Visit locations. They have 3 convenient ones, Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just 10 miles north of downtown Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com for valuable coupons and store locations. That's iwantfireworks.com. Buy one, get 2 free at Pyrospot Fireworks and be a backyard hero.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way. Frank StGayServices.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Summer's here, and you're at work. Make work a lot tastier with delicious summer savings from EasyCater, the #1 site for workplace catering with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on EasyCater.com. So order some food for work and make both your team and your food budget happy. Order now at EasyCater.com. Orders must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See all for details.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer better banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. And we continually give back to the places we call home. That focus is one reason why ViStar was named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. So join the nearly 1 million members who choose to bank with a leader. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Insured by NCUA.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, what the Sam heck, Deborah. You're my favorite. I hope you know that. You're so funny. That was hilarious. You made me smack myself in the head. I hope you all have a great day. This is Ray Belush signing out. Bye.
Is that a compliment?
I smacked myself in my own head.
You're so funny, I salted myself. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. That's a talk back. You can do it. It's easy, free. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air, and we'll laugh at you as well.
Superstar.
Very fun. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
The Valve.
And Jack is here as well. Let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new?
Hey!
If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Klausman Law.
That's right, Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Klausman. He'll take good care of you. Of course, we'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. What'd you do that's new? Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. One of the members of the show will choose something for the others to watch, read, or listen to, usually under an hour. We'll return the following Tuesday, discuss that, and then move on to the next member. It's my turn this week. We'll find out what Deb has to offer after this. All right, so last night, or of course, I was on vacation last week, so I did not choose one beforehand. And last night, as I was sitting around, and this morning as I was sitting around looking for something for the guys to talk about, I just kind of reminisced on my trip and, what we did on the trip. So I was like, you know what? I talk about this all the time.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep.
I said, I talk about this all the time. And I know it's kind of not a cool thing to do, but it is something I do, and it's very interesting to me. I know there's a bit of a push nationwide for this kind of action, and I wanted kind of people to see exactly what it's like when I go out to do garage sales or estate sales looking for little treasures. There happens to be a couple here in Florida, and they've had a channel for a little while, and they basically do the same thing, and they film it while they're doing it, while they find sales, and then they go over what they landed and how much they made on it, just to give you an idea of what this side hustle can produce, and you can have a little fun. By the way, I tell you something else about this, just a little side note. This really is a little bit about the shopping. It's more about driving around and listening to music and talking to my wife.
Oh.
Or my daughters at the time. I actually used garage sales to teach my kids how to negotiate. So this has been kind of a weird thing in our family for years, that my kids would get up, even as teenagers, even as cool-ass teenagers who'd been out all night the night before, they would look forward to piling in my truck, going to Starbucks, getting coffee, and then driving around, listening to music, and going to garage sales. Some days we wouldn't find one good one. But it never stopped us from driving around and getting to know each other a little bit more and what we loved about each other. And it was always very nice. And that turned into a bit of a hobby.
The irony, he'd overspend on a coffee to save a nickel on a comb.
He's not wrong, man.
And a comb. That's a double joke.
I
he
didn't
even
get
mean that one.
No, I didn't.
So,
I did.
So this is a video from 2021 of this couple going over their year take and their biggest 10 money makers from garage selling in the year 2021. I couldn't find anything that was edited all the way through from this couple except for this year, but I thought it did a pretty good job of explaining. What did you guys think of this, by the way?
Oh, boy. I loved it so much, I watched another one.
Did you really?
Because this is right up his alley.
This is totally. But now, here's the deal.
It's free money, Jack.
It is. The money's out there. But you have to be able, the skill is
knowing.
Yeah,
it's
the knowledge. He looks at a dress. He's familiar with or Christmas ornaments. He's familiar with the manufacturer, the brand. This is a thing of value. Now, because I have a couple questions, like specifically how you handle it. I know what he did not do, and will you look something up on the spot, like when you're standing there? Will you look things up on your phone?
So here's what I'll do. I'll take photographs of the things I want to research, and I'll go to my car.
Yeah.
I won't do it right in front of them because I think that's rude. And really, to be honest with you, it isn't. They're looking to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
But and I'll tell you something.
And you're trying to bilk them, but you don't want them to know you're bilking them.
I was just about to get to that.
Okay.
One of the things that, whether you believe it or not, I promise you I do this, on more, and my wife can confirm this, on more than probably 4 or 5 occasions, I found something that they were asking too little for. I wasn't in the market for it, and I went up and I said, hey, I'm just going to give you a heads up. I do this a little bit, and I kind of know certain things about certain stuff, and that item you have over there for 50 cents is worth about, $80. So you should probably pull that aside and up that price to like $25 or $30 and do whatever, but that's worth money, and you should know that. I do that. Now, and then the next garage sale, I'll find an 80-year-old and steal everything she has. Yeah. But what did you think, Deborah?
What I took away from it was, wow, I could see where Jack could make a lot of money on this. Someone in my position who hasn't raised kids and hasn't seen those video games or, like the rock star with the drum set, I could go to a garage sale and have no idea what I was looking at. And furthermore, would have no idea to even go to my car and research it because to me, that's just an old toy that I don't know.
Right, exactly.
I don't have the space in my house to keep this stuff. So you really have to be like in your vein where it was
in my blood from a kid.
Well, I mean, one of your grandfathers,
that's
right?
Yeah.
I mean, from a kid, it was how you got to know your kids. For Jack, with stuff left over from kids, why not make some money off of it?
This dude found a Gucci bag and a Lily Pulitzer dress and sold the Gucci bag for $1,000 and sold the dress for like $800.
Now, see, that I get, but finding a PC game that still was a floppy disk and you would know that you could make $1,000, I would have no idea that would have any value.
But this is this is where it really is a cool couple thing, because really my wife has an eye for things that I do not have. Like some of the artistic stuff, like art glass and some other things, materials and, clothing brands. She would know that stuff immediately. I would not. I know the hardware stuff very well and some of the other collectible stuff from the 50s and 60s very well.
So I'm really curious as to how he films it, because obviously he's wearing a camera.
Right.
And you can see everyone from the neck down. So the camera is looking forward,
right?
Like it would be looking at a table if you walked up to a table at a garage sale.
Pen camera.
So it's perfectly shot for
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Oh, it's beautiful,
But
yeah.
wherever he has that camera on him, which
are you obligated, by the way, to tell people they're being filmed out when you're on their property? I mean, they're inviting you to the property by having
film,
a sale.
no, but audio recording,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And it is in Florida because they are the Florida Pickers,
Yeah,
and
they
they have
are.
over 20,000 subscribers on this channel.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. But the other thing I noticed is he went to one place, and it was one he didn't end up buying anything. He asked about a price on a PS2, a PlayStation 2. The guy looked it up, and his price was a little too high for the guy to be able to make some money on it. But what I did notice was several boxes of baseball cards, the full season, because I have a bunch from the late 80s when the market got oversaturated.
Yeah, the junk. Well, they call it junk wax now.
Yeah. The full season of baseball cards, and he didn't even pause at those.
Yeah.
He just
he stopped at the games.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockstar game was.
He checked video games.
And it's interesting
That
because
PC game he found, that castle thing or whatever.
Yeah, and I've mentioned that this is how my brother and sister-in-law fund anywhere that they travel. But now when they go thrifting, they know what buttons to look for. So if you're looking at a Western shirt and you see that mother of pearl snap
That's
button,
right.
you know you want to grab that shirt.
Absolutely.
You know, so you do learn what you need to look for with brands as you get more and more into it, but you need the space to have this stuff in your house. You have to, it really is more than a side gig.
And you have to find a market. That's the number one thing. And that's why we use eBay or Posh or Mercuria, I think, or something like that. Because what you do is you don't look up what it's worth, because you'll go and go, oh my God, this was worth $1,000. I guess it could be. It could be worth $10 million, really, if you find some fool to buy it. But really, we would use eBay because we could actually track what's been purchased.
Yeah.
And we can see what people are actually paying for the item. That way we can really tell. The one thing I didn't like about the video is, and I don't know if this is a thing where they don't want people finding out that they were taken advantage of, or they don't want to seem like they were taking advantage of people. They never mentioned how much they paid for the item.
I kept looking for that information.
They only told you what they sold the item for. Now, there was a tell there.
Oh, there was a couple.
If you
I was every time he opened his wallet, I was counting.
Yeah.
And he had a fat stack of cash in there, by the way.
You're right. Now, that's not what you do.
Yeah.
When you garage selling, you don't take much money with you. You always pull your money out to pay, but you never have a bunch, because that way you can say, well, all I have on me is $20. Well, you take 20 for it. If they're asking 25 or 30 or whatever, and you're not lying, that's all you have on you. You could have 10 grand in the car, but that's all you have on you.
The ornaments that he sold for $180, he paid $10 each.
Yeah, those Lennox ornaments.
Yeah, there was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy action, the figures he paid $2 each
$2
for.
each. You see
he
a lot-
sold the 4 for $100.
Yeah.
What about the Dungeons and Dragons books that he sold?
$1,000 for those.
Yeah.
And again, here's what happens. I shouldn't be telling you guys this. I mean, I really shouldn't. I'm ruining my own gig.
I should try and bilk you guys out of money, too.
But here's what happens. You know, a lot of people, when they sell this stuff, it's because their kids, when they went to college, they went off and did these, travels. They don't really come back home much.
Everybody's seen Toy Story.
And they just clear their rooms out. They're not doing research on Dungeons and Dragons books. They don't care. They're looking to get rid of it. You're doing them a favor
By
sometimes
ripping them off.
by buying their stuff and getting rid of it for them, Jack. And if you feel so motivated to make some money and cut them in, you're more than welcome to, Bradshaw.
I'll sell. I want to get part of this action.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Definitely. It's called The Most Incredible Garage Sale Find Ever. It's on YouTube, but we have a link directly on our website, JimColbertLive.com. If you look at the What'd You Do That's New Master List for 2024, it's the top link right there, and you can see it. It's about an 11-minute video.
And by the way, don't think you're going to set up and do this in a couple hours.
Oh, no.
My wife and I have been doing this professionally now, as a side hustle for about, 10 years or so. I say professionally. It's not our only job, of course, but we paid attention to it. And you got to really, it takes a little time to get set up, to get inventory in, and then get it on the market, sell it properly. People ask a lot of questions. You're going to be ready to answer a lot of questions for multiple items. It really isn't that easy to do, but it is fun.
I just love the fact that you can watch a video, and before I had seen that the title of it's Florida Pickers, I'm like, landscapers. It's got to be Florida.
yeah. It's definitely Florida. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. What do you have for us, Deb?
Okay, I have 2 videos. It's a comedian. Her name is Angela Johnson Reyes. The first video, you've seen this?
I know who it is. I've seen her actually
Have
live.
you? Okay.
Yeah, she's
have you
great.
seen her live?
Yes.
I've seen a couple of videos now.
Yeah. She opened for a couple guys years ago when she was first coming up.
So the first video I have is about 12 minutes long, and it's called I Don't Have the Energy for the South. And then the second one is Earthquake or Tornado.
Yeah.
So about 20 minutes in total, but it's really, really funny. I align with the way that she thinks, and it's interesting to see how a Californian deals with moving to the Southeast and the cultural changes.
She's very funny.
She is very funny. I was howling with laughter.
Very
so
good.
I've just sent that over to Jack, and he'll put that up at JimColbertLive.com.
That's right. So check that out again. The video I have up there about garage sales. Deb's next week is
Angela Johnson Reyes.
That's right. I couldn't remember her last name.
Yeah, I Don't Have Energy for the South and Earthquake or Tornado.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I saw a really interesting meme today on social, and I'm going to ask you guys, the audience, I'm going to ask you guys here on the show as well, what you think this is. Now, it is kind of an interesting question. It's a pop culture thing, and we'll do that next.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law, KlausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue on I-4 in the Orlando area this afternoon for drivers traveling by the major attractions exits. Still looking at activity blocking the westbound left lane at Goldenrod Road, causing some backups on the toll road. The earlier crash reported northbound on John Young Parkway is still causing delays just south of 192 and Vine Street. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park July 10th to the 13th with 1,500 American muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
Time to get that new grill you've been dreaming of. Tools Ace Hardware is where you got to go to get that. Traeger grills, man, that wood-fired flavor, that's what it's all about. Maybe a propane grill from our friends over at Napoleon. Tools Ace has everything you need. Grills from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace. These guys have 13 convenient locations all throughout Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer better banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. And we continually give back to the places we call home. That focus is one reason why ViStar was named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. So join the nearly 1 million members who choose to bank with a leader. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Insured by NCUA.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
How do you solve a crime in reverse when you believe that someone was murdered but have no clue who the victim was?
We have to do our job, and we have to find out, who did they kill? If it's possible. How are we going to do that?
Listen to Deep Cover the Nameless Man on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search for Deep Cover the Nameless Man.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jimmy hit the nail on the head. It's only worth that much unless someone's willing to pay for it. If no one's willing to pay that much for it, it's just a pile of junk just sitting in your house.
Yep.
I'm good with you.
Thanks, buddy.
Man, if they're giving Alex Trebek a stamp, they damn sure better give Pat Sajak a stamp. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Run, Forrest, run.
I was wondering why he slid into the Forrest Gump thing there. That's a talkback. You can leave one as well. Download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get that. Use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air. 407-916-1041 if you'd like to call us, or you can text that comment to 77031. So many ways to contact us, guys. So many ways.
Too many.
Yeah, but listen, if you're doing that talk back, don't skip on that chance to enter to win 2 tickets to go see the Eagles at the Sphere. And then if you don't have anybody and you're desperate, you know.
I'll take the chance of being abducted and murdered to go. I got no problem with
It's
that.
the Eagles at the Sphere, dude.
Yeah. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. All right, so here's the thing I saw today on social that I thought was kind of an interesting argument because not even an argument, but a thing. I think listeners love this kind of thing too. What's the best movie made from each state? Oh, I'll give you an example. Right, an example for something like that would be like Raising Arizona.
I think Cocoon was pretty cool for Florida.
Was that a Florida movie?
Yeah.
Was it based in Florida?
It was
knowingly?
based at a St. Petersburg or Clearwater retirement community.
Damn, that's good. See, I never knew that. That's why I think this was interesting. When I started looking at it, I'm like, well, how would you know? But you just did Forrest Gump, and wasn't that based in, was it New Orleans or Louisiana?
Alabama. But
that's right.
Yeah, so, but if it wasn't shot there, is it Florida? Just say for the sake of argument, Raising Arizona was shot in New Mexico.
Right. But it's
does it count as an Arizona movie?
It counts as an Arizona movie because it's where the movie is based, like Waterboy,
where it takes place.
Waterboy is based in Louisiana, right?
Right.
But
although it was
shot here in Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I was also thinking Forrest Gump could also be considered a Savannah movie, since at the end of the movie, the park bench scene where he's telling his story is such a big part of the movie as he's sitting there waiting for his bus and with a box of chocolates.
Sure,
it could just as easily be a Savannah movie.
Yeah. I mean, here's where it gets tricky because, I mean, when you get to like Jersey and New York,
Sopranos.
What you think about Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah.
I mean, but there are so many movies made about and in California that it's impossible. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's a California movie as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, but
there's only one movie for New York, Escape from New York.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
More than The Godfather?
Oh, no, Escape from New York.
Really?
Kurt Russell, a Snake Plissken? Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to have the name of the state in it. But I would think immediately when you think New York, it would be The Godfather, right?
Godfather would be the winner.
Definitely,
for me.
right?
Yeah.
Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? So what about Amityville Horror? That's also in New York, is it not?
It is. But here's another one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but that's based on Ed Gein out of Wisconsin.
That's right. But
as is Silence of the Lambs, also based on Ed Gein.
That's right. But I don't even know where Silence of the Lambs was. That Missouri?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where it was supposed to be set?
Or was it?
How about Dead Poets Society for like Massachusetts up there? Because I mean that's where they were, right? They were like Yale or excuse me, Goodwill Hunting. Wasn't that Harvard? So that would be Massachusetts, right?
Yep.
So you would have that, but again, you could do this all over. Georgia. What about Georgia? How about Texas with Smokey and the Bandit? But they kind of go across.
They're just leaving Texas.
So Frozen Jack's thinking now. I got Jack thinking. When Jack stares into the nothingness, he's thinking. He's starting to outthink me.
Well, you've got Fargo Fargo, North Dakota.
That's right. Burning Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
Or Mississippi Burning.
Yep.
Which is one of the best movies ever.
Yeah,
it's when I tried to get Ross to watch it over and over again. It's so unbelievable. But that's when you start getting to some like New Mexico. That the thing is, it's not a movie, but the most popular thing ever shot in New Mexico is Breaking Bad.
Correct. Well,
but it's not a film.
Same thing with Sopranos for New Jersey.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
Well, same thing with Laverne and Shirley
for Milwaukee.
For
Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly.
Where was Archie Bunker? Where was
that was New York.
That was New York for sure.
Where was Happy Days based?
That was Milwaukee.
Okay, I thought so.
So here's where it gets interesting. Where do you go? And again, these are not. I mean, because Married with Children was based in Ohio, was it not? Wasn't he like in Cleveland or Cincinnati or something like that?
Chicago.
Was it Chicago?
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, that's right. The Fountain.
Yeah.
Love and Marriage. Yeah.
Somebody just texted, my wife was born in Amityville. It explains a lot of things.
Yeah, but all those Westerns from back in the day, what's weird is they were set in Oklahoma and Texas, but they're all shot in California.
Well, someone asked, wasn't Deliverance based in West Virginia?
No, Georgia.
Georgia.
That's the one.
There you go.
That was based in.
Sorry, Georgia.
Yeah.
That's yours.
You got a pretty mouth.
We decided.
That was based in the, I believe that was even, it was shot. I know where it was shot. It was shot in North Georgia for sure. And I think it was based in Georgia or maybe Kentucky or something like that. That's interesting. Now I'm dying to know where that was because I know where they shot it. They shot it in Helen, Georgia.
So Rocky for Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah. For Philadelphia? Absolutely. Yeah. Home Alone, Lost in New York.
Oh, I don't. That's not a big enough movie. Yeah. The Rocky in Philadelphia. Yeah, there's got to be
Pennsylvania. What bigger Pennsylvania movie?
Oh well, I mean the one Tom Hanks was in.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia. The movie called Philadelphia.
Good call, Jack.
That's the HIV patient guy, right? These guys?
Yeah. The one Springsteen won an Oscar for best song.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was a good tune, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you got to give it to Rocky on that one.
Yeah, I think maybe Rocky with that one. God, that would be so. But
Tommy Boy, Sandusky, Ohio.
Was it real? Oh, that's right.
What are you watching? The Yankees?
No, Major League for Ohio.
Oh, is that where that was?
Wait.
Major League? That wasn't even the baseball.
It was
movie.
Cleveland, right? No. Wasn't it Cleveland?
Was it Cleveland?
Ooh, how about Scarface for Miami?
Oh, man.
Say hello
For
to my
Florida?
little friend. Oh, yeah, for
Oh,
Florida.
my God. That is good.
That's a good one.
What else would be in Florida other than Scarface? That is so good.
Well, like I said, we've got Scarface. We have Cocoon.
Well, wasn't that one with Willem Dafoe that was just shot here recently? With
yes. What was the name of that? About the
people living in the
workers?
yeah. That
What?
The theme park workers or minimum wage workers living in hotels.
Like
Sunnyside? No.
It was something.
Sunshine State?
Yeah, that was something like that.
Let me look it up.
So so when you get into Virginia though, and then DC, there's so many about DC that you can't. I mean, there's no way. I mean, there's 1,000 movies based in DC. You know, all the political dramas are based in DC. So I mean, you just have to pick your favorite movie from there and move forward.
All the President's Men.
Where was that? That was in DC.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, man. You got Dave. You got Dave.
Hey, I like Dave. Dave was a good.
Dave
movie.
was a great
Yeah.
movie. I was trying to think of the really difficult ones. Like when you get into what would
Florida Project, by the way, is what.
There you go.
That one,
I was looking for it.
How about Indiana?
Hoosiers.
Oh, Jack, that's so good. And what was the movie Three Billboards?
Ebbings, Missouri.
In Missouri.
Oh, such a good movie. That should have won Best Picture.
An incredible movie. If you haven't seen that, Three Billboards Over Ebbings, Missouri.
Missouri or Montana?
No, I think it's Missouri. I think you got it right. I think it's Missouri. Montana would be another one. What would you have out there? Like Big Sky? Wasn't there a Western out there from years called Big Sky that was based in Montana?
I'm sure. Let's see.
Washington State? God, I don't even know a movie that's based in Washington State.
Yes, you do.
No, the Twilight stuff. Is
What
that
about
it?
Sleepless in Seattle?
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
Until you can top it.
Yeah, Twilight.
There you go.
All the Twilight stuff is based
yeah.
up there. I mean, all
Never
three.
saw
Washington.
No, you never saw my ass. How do you
no.
have you live with daughters?
No.
You've seen them.
I never saw Twilight, and I also never saw Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, it's another good movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Oregon? What's in Oregon? What movie is shot in? Is that Singles or is that Seattle as well?
Well,
Yeah,
Portlandia.
I think that's Seattle.
Yeah.
Television show, Deb.
Into the Wild.
Oh, you're looking it up.
Oh, Brokeback Mountain for Montana.
Oh, come on.
Take it.
No.
Take it.
He said.
Take it.
I will not take it. Thank you. I'll pass on it. Mississippi Burning, we got that one. That's pretty good. I don't know that anything's better than Mississippi Burning. I would love to hear your suggestions on this, by the way, 407-916-1041, because I was racking at Tennessee. Most famous movie about Tennessee, or made in and around Tennessee. But so you have to go back to some of these movies like back in the day when they were talking about all the patriots, coming through the Civil War. And as we kind of started settling these areas, a lot of movies were made about that.
I mean, Louisiana, you have Interview with the Vampire.
Right.
All the way to Steel Magnolias.
Right. Yeah.
All set in Louisiana,
Right,
just in
right.
New Orleans.
Right.
Or no, because Steel Magnolias was not set in New Orleans.
God, Jack stuck it to Georgia with Deliverance. Boy, let me tell you, he really broke it off in Georgia in so many ways. Really broke it off in Georgia. He side boobed Georgia.
How about Monster?
Where's that?
Florida. That's the Eileen Warnow story.
Oh.
Someone texted us.
And that's an Oscar
Charlene
winner.
Theron. Exactly.
And by the way, I think if you have a movie in your state that's won the Oscar, regardless if you like it or not, that should be the movie that is associated with the state, right? I mean, Monster was a multiple Oscar winner, was it not?
So what do you like better for Nevada, Casino or Hangover?
Oh, Hangover.
I like something better than both of them.
What?
Leaving Las Vegas. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's I've never seen it.
It's super sad, but it is a really
Hangover is so cool.
Yeah, it is super funny. But I mean, it's not like an award winner. It was funny. It made some money. But
Well, comedies don't win awards.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, how about another one? Someone just weighed in at 77031. Bad Boys 2, not to mention Bad Boys 3, Ride or Die.
Yeah, Miami.
Miami, and then Apollo 13.
That's right. Right here in Canaveral.
Right. Oh, you also
Ernest
have...
Does Christmas.
No. Apollo 13 you could actually give to
Houston,
Texas.
to Texas.
Really?
Okay, well, what about the numbers where we learned about Katherine Johnson and the women who helped get the men
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
I still haven't seen that, and I want to see
Jack,
that.
it is so good.
God almighty.
It is so good.
And then Illinois, somebody just sent Ferris Bueller's Day Off because it was
classic.
set in Chicago.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite John Hughes movies.
Same here.
Oh, it's so good. I love that one.
It is my least favorite John
I
Hughes
never
movie.
liked him. He always seemed so smug to me.
Yeah,
Matthew Broderick?
Yes,
he was
so
definitely smug.
And he's kind of supposed to be kind of a dick anyway.
And I remember, do you guys remember when Sarah Jessica Parker would beg on national TV to marry him?
No.
Oh, yeah. Whenever she was like on Letterman she's like, oh, I'm going to marry that man someday.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, chill a little, stalker.
Yeah, he was in a really good movie. I think it's Biloxi Blues of Woody Allen picture.
No, that was Neil Simon.
Neil Simon. There you go. Yeah. That's a really good movie, by the way. And I think that's his best picture, by the way.
Oh, Tarzan
and that would
movies.
be Mississippi.
The Tarzan movies for Florida?
Back in the day.
Ron Ely at Silver Springs.
Yeah, the creature of the Black Lagoon.
That's supposed to be Africa. The Tarzan movies. It's not supposed to be Florida.
How about The Revenant for Montana, for DiCaprio?
Is that where that was? I thought that was set in like Canada. Was it Montana where that was set?
That's what someone was texting.
Damn, that's a good one, too. That's an Oscar winner as well, is it not?
Oh.
Purple Rain from Minnesota.
Or Minneapolis. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pet Detective was another good one from Miami.
Yeah, it was from Florida. Yeah.
I don't think you've unseated Scarface.
I don't think you have.
Probably not.
So far, Apollo 13
Say
is the
hello to
closest
my
you have.
little pet.
I think Monster actually is the closest you've gotten there.
Yeah, for Scarface, yeah, absolutely. Alabama, My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, that's right.
Two Utes.
I rewatched that show because we were stuck somewhere with one channel, and that effort holds up.
It does.
I mean, it holds up.
Well, she won an Oscar for that, I believe.
That movie couldn't hold up anymore. It's so good. The Two Utes. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, I saw this thing online, and it's one of those things you read it and you hate that you read it.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you can't not think about it.
Yeah. I think that someone texted in Iowa for sure with Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
Iowa, right? Because I'm telling you, there's not a lot out there. Because with Idaho, you have My Own Private Idaho, and then you have
Never saw it, but I like the B-52 song.
Yeah. The movie was
Idaho.
River Phoenix was in that movie, I believe. Was he not?
Yes.
My Own Private Idaho.
I didn't realize
It's a
that
David Lynch movie.
Edward Scissorhands was filmed here in Florida. There's something about Mary was filmed in Miami.
Yep.
Birdcage was also filmed in Miami.
But where were they supposed to be based, though?
So Birdcage, yes, from Miami.
Yeah.
That was set in Miami.
That was with Robin Williams.
Right, yeah.
I'm going Pulp Fiction for California.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is that where it's set?
Mm-hmm.
In Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to beat. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's very good, too, though.
Yeah, but you can't beat the Gimp.
I mean,
actually, they did on the regular.
Watching Brad Pitt beat up all of Charles Manson's family with a can of dog food is one of the greatest things ever. God, that scene is so good. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Would love to hear your suggestions. What's the best movie set in each state? And you could disagree with what we've said. I mean, we just kind of throw out a couple.
No, you can't.
But I think Scarface for Florida, and it didn't win anything, right? It was never nominated for any Oscars. It was just it became a cult classic.
Yeah.
Because Monster, by far, is probably the most, or one of the more successful movies based in Florida. Multiple Oscar winner. For Halle Berry, not Halle Berry, but for
Charlize
Theron and Billy Bob Thornton, I believe.
Which everyone thought when they named it was Charlize, it was like, oh, how can you? She is never going to be able to look like Eileen Wuornos. And then the movie came out, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they turned her into a hag. And what's her face? The other little girl. That's
Billy Bob and
Christina Ricci.
No, Billy Bob was in Monsters Ball with Halle Berry.
That's right. He
And
was
that's
the prison
the scene
guard.
where it looks like they're really having sex.
Yeah. Where was that based?
I thought they really.
Where was that? Where was that movie supposed to be shot? Or where was that movie supposed to be telling the story of?
Never saw
that Monsters Ball. I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
I like Billy Bob Thornton, but I don't like him in roles like that. And I'm not a big Halle Berry fan. Although she is gorgeous, I just don't have her as one of the actors I like watching.
Apparently, Scarface was, it only won Golden Globes.
Yeah, I don't think it was nominated for anything.
That's
I think
crazy.
It was so violent, they don't even want to talk about it.
Probably not.
All right, 407-916-1041. Your call's next.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends.
What you do? I wouldn't want to be like you.
Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for the rest of our day, we are going to be expecting hot temperatures with a high of 94 degrees in Orlando and a heat index around 110. It is going to be a sweltering day. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We do also have the chance of some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. These will grow more widespread during the mid to late afternoon hours before eventually dissipating overnight. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save up to $50 on your print purchase. Offer N76. Visit staples.com/print for details. Boost your business with Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Get ready to see the Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas with iHeartRadio. We'll fly you there, put you up at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, and set you up with VIP tickets, including priority entry to see the Eagles play Sphere Las Vegas. Welcome to the Hotel California. Plus, we'll make your trip extra special with a helicopter tour of the city. And you'll take home To the Limit, the Essential Collection box set, signed by the Eagles. Winner must be 21 or older. Prize provided by Live Nation. For your chance to win, just listen to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-798-3399. That's 800-798-3399. 800-798-3399.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Kohberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
How about walking tall for Washington State with The Rock?
Jim, I got one for West Virginia. The October Sky movie. Very good.
Oh, that's the, yeah.
All-time classic for Oregon, The Goonies.
Oh, no.
Enough said.
Never saw it.
Hey, Jack, I always thought River Runs Through It was a really good movie from Montana. I think it was out of Montana, wasn't it? But when you brought up that other movie, man, I didn't even know that was made, The Revenant, but I still think River Runs Through It was better.
Hey, for movies that represent a state, how about Dumb and Dumber, Providence, Rhode Island?
Oh.
How about that one, guys?
All the way to Colorado, though.
Bye-bye.
That's true.
The movie Rosewood took place in Florida and was filmed all in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
In Cassia and right up the street from me on 448A, and with the train and all that stuff. But that is one that's all Florida in the whole movie.
I've always thought a locale movie, the actual location should almost be a character in the film. And the one that qualifies for that is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Takes place in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
And they actually filmed in Savannah in some of the most famous landmarks. Great flick if you've never seen it.
Great city.
Disagree with that. Great book.
Oh, yeah, you don't think the movie was all that good?
The movie does not hold up. The
That's
movie
Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
Eastwood,
No.
Meryl Streep in that movie, or no?
Clint Eastwood, I think, directed it. John Cusack is a star, but also Kevin Spacey.
Okay, there you go.
And the movie's okay, but the book is so much better.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, never
and,
read.
And the book on tape it's fascinating.
Is it good?
And so well done. Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's what we didn't follow his lead because we chose to listen to a Cubs game on his cell phone instead of hearing the book on tape for The Garden of Midnight, Good and Evil on our way to Savannah.
Right.
Because, I mean, that's the thing you guys need to do next time you and Tori head for Savannah. Because Jack has been telling me it just enriches your Savannah experience when you hear them talk about these characters and these places in the city. And then when you go,
So it's a true, real life murder mystery that gives you a history lesson of Savannah, and it reads like a novel.
Really, that's cool.
So real characters,
all real people, extremely interesting, and you learn all about the city and landmarks. And I did a tour of the house.
I'll be damned.
Where
that's the murder mystery you should have listened to on this vacation instead of one you thought was real and turned out to be fiction.
That would have been good.
We got calls, dude.
They love this topic.
By the way, A River Runs Through It was based in Missoula, Montana, and I think that's where Brad Pitt is from.
Oh, I know that's the movie that put him on the map outside of Thelma and Louise.
It is, no question, but I believe that's where he's from.
I think you're right.
I think he is from, University of Missouri. Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Okay.
He went to college in Missouri, but he is from Oklahoma there. And speaking of that, what's the most famous from Kentucky? I mean, there's no
Derby movie?
That's what I was saying. No Derby movie. There's no, I don't know. Kentucky was, and even today when I was thinking about this, by the way, welcome back to the show. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here. We're trying to figure out, I saw this on social, and I found it to be interesting, the best movie made in or about each state. When I say about, it doesn't have to be about Florida, but, you'll get Monster, the movie shot here and based in Florida. That's kind of what we're talking about.
From the serial killer Eileen Wuornos. We missed one of the biggest ones of all time.
Which was? From Florida?
No, not from Florida, but just one of the biggest movies to not connect it to the state. I mean, hell, you can't go to the state and walk through the airport without them mentioning we're not in
Kansas anymore. Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, can't believe we didn't think of that one, right?
Wow, well, just nail Kansas down. We got that.
Yeah, we got that one
you
down.
You can't get any bigger than that in Kansas.
That's it. Because like I said, you can't go through the airports in Kansas and not see Wizard of Oz memorabilia.
New Mexico, Oklahoma. God, what would be in Oklahoma? What would be?
What about Wyoming?
Wyoming,
Idaho.
But I believe Idaho's the hard one, dude. I'm telling you, because with Wyoming, again, those old westerns and a lot of those movies that were shot out there are just solid movies, like True Grit, and those movies I believe are shot and based in those areas. But when you get to Idaho, outside of My Private Idaho,
right,
and inside of that movie, I don't even know. I don't know, and I've never seen that film. I don't know.
I haven't either.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's get to Doug. Doug, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing, Jim?
Good, brother.
Hey, there's an old one you're forgetting for Florida, Gator with Burt Reynolds.
Oh yes, yes.
Nobody wanted to mention that.
A lot of people, when they think Florida, they think Gators.
Now, is that Florida or is that Louisiana, dog?
I think that was in Florida.
I got to tell you, buddy, I want to ask you to check
It might have been in Louisiana.
I think it was Louisiana because here's the thing, buddy. He hid in the bayous in his jet boat. He had Jerry Reed to help in that damn dog. Not smoking the man. But yeah, I think he ran that boat through the bayou. I think that was a Louisiana movie there. And a damn good one, by the way.
How about Secretariat for Kentucky?
There you go. That's it.
Seabiscuit.
And that was an Oscar winner. Seabiscuit as well.
Seabiscuit was another one.
And that was another Oscar winner, wasn't it?
That was. And another one we missed earlier for Iowa. If you guys don't remember, back in the 90s, every woman in America wanted to live like the woman in the movie Bridges Over Madison County, where the writer just stops at her house because he's, looking at bridges and I never saw it, but then ends up having an affair with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bridges of Madison County would be a good one.
How about this one? How about Delaware? How about Maine? All those tiny, what's the movie made in Maine or about Maine?
Shawshank Redemption.
That's in Maine?
That's what a caller just said.
Oh, yeah. Remember, somebody had texted us that Shawshank was for Ohio, but I believe Shawshank was set in Maine.
Damn, I would have, man, if you would have given me every state to guess 100 times, I'd have never guessed Maine for that movie.
And there's only 50 states. That's sad, Jimmy. You had 100 guesses. There's 50 states, and you wouldn't have got there.
One of the many reasons I don't like you. There are a bunch. Tom, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, so for Maine, every Stephen King movie.
But for Florida, Doc Hollywood, Woody Harrelson, and Michael J. Fox, that was filmed in Micanopy.
And that's a great, by the way, that's a great movie, underrated. And the main girl squeezed in that movie is gorgeous, by the way. And it never got any play. Now, you're right. That is a damn good movie. I didn't know that was based in Florida, though.
And Buxton, Maine is where Shawshank Redemption, because if you remember when he went and looked for the tree with everything, which, since the movie, the tree has been hit by lightning and it's gone.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, he's right. All those Stephen King movies,
they're all Maine.
They're all based in Maine because that's where he's from.
He lives. Yeah.
You could go by his house, by the way. You can walk by it. The wrought iron that surrounds that. Now, he doesn't live in this house anymore. He lives in an estate somewhere. But the wrought iron around the house has spiders bent into the iron so that instead of having a design, it's a spider, like a big black widow spider.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's too cool.
Very cool. You felt creepy just standing out there beside it. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, I bet. Kind of like Anne Rice's house in New Orleans.
407-916-1041. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
I'm good. Thank you. I have one for Wyoming, Wind River, which is an amazing movie.
Wind River?
And with the guy that got hurt by his snow machine.
Oh, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. Great movie about the Wind River Indian Reservation.
Wow, never heard of it.
And then there's another one, Cape Fear for North Carolina.
Oh, that's a good one,
yeah,
dude.
that's a great
and
one.
we were just in North Carolina. Great call, dude. That is, and by
And
the
a
way,
good movie, too.
And we drove by the exit. My wife said, "Look, Cape Fear." And I'm like, "Oh man, you talking about a harrowing movie?"
I know.
Then that's one of De Niro's best performances ever. By the way,
Still scares me to think about it.
What was that? What did he say in the movie? Good night, or he said something like that. Where
Our texters will let us know.
Yeah. He has a real creepy scene in that movie.
Well, that's like the whole scene of him doing pull-ups with that tattoo across his back. And when you know he's on his way to get that family, you're like, no!
And now he's swinging. Now he's just screaming crazy at New York MAGA people.
I know.
All right, 407.
They all come full circle.
They all do come
They
full
all
circle.
come full circle.
All right, 407-916-1041. The phones are absolutely smoking on this topic. So we'll take a little break. Yes, what?
Napoleon Dynamite for Idaho.
Oh my God.
You just killed Marcy on phones, who was calling to tell you that.
Oh,
and Marcy was in the movie, wasn't there? A Marcy in the movie?
She was in the movie.
I think Marcy was the name of the.
That's LaFonda, Jim.
No, I think the llama's name wasn't there.
Tina.
Was it
Tina,
really?
come get some ham.
Liger.
I bet I could throw this football over those mountains. All right, 407-916-1041. You guys hang loose. I'm dying to hear more of these, and the phones are loaded. We'll do more of this next.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Normal afternoon delays continue on I-4 for drivers traveling by the major attractions exits today. Right now, things are up to speed for anyone taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. No problems or delays to report north or southbound today for drivers on Florida's Turnpike. If you happen to see any traffic problems today, just make sure to call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park July 10th to the 13th with 1,500 American muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Get pre-approved now so you can host the party this summer at your new pool home. You know that mortgage guy Don offers HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, and second mortgages to cash out equity without touching your first mortgage. So you can get that pool project underway or that cool backyard that will be perfect for entertaining. And it's so easy to apply now at thatmortgageguyDon.com and let Don and his team send you a quote. And if you already have a quote on a refinance, purchase, or HELOC, let Don and his team review your quote today. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The family.
Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The Family 4-Pack is back. Florida residents, you can save with this exclusive offer featuring discounted tickets for a party of 4 to Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Discover something real this summer. Visit Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. That's the only place, by the way, where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, and even stand nose-to-nose with the real Space Shuttle Atlantis, which is an amazing experience, by the way. Launching in bold new territories this summer at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You can do that at a down-to-earth price. Of course, they're always taking good care of Florida residents. Calling all space explorers, come face-to-face with real space and cutting-edge innovations of space exploration from NASA. Do it today. Grab your family passes and book everything you need at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Prepare yourself, Mount Dora, for a real radio takeover. And join us for Central Florida's best July 3rd fireworks display at Freedom on the waterfront. The Monsters in the Morning, the News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show will be broadcasting live from 3 different locations in the city of Mount Dora. Catch the Monsters broadcasting at Pisces Rising, courtesy of the United States Marines. The News Junkie will be live from Whiskey Kitchen. And then the Jim Colbert Show will be at Elizabeth Evans Park, courtesy of E-Pass. Join us that night at Elizabeth Evans Park with host John Brown from Fox 35 News. And groove to the legendary sounds of All for One and the reggae rhythms of Inner Circle live on stage. Then the evening culminates with Central Florida's biggest and best fireworks display. Freedom on the Waterfront is free and presented by the City of Mount Dora and Real Radio 104.1. Join us Wednesday, July 3rd for a Real Radio takeover of Mount Dora. Get details at realradio.fm/freedom.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims. And in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Homeowners, are you dreaming of financial freedom? Welcome to Easy Knock. Your home equity converted into cash effortlessly. Convert the value of your home without the hassle of lender qualifications. That's right, no credit score or debt-to-income requirements. Just the money you need when you need it. Sell your house to Easy Knock for 100% fair market value and then rent it back, getting the cash and flexibility you need. That's right, 100% of fair market value and you get to stay where you are. No moving boxes, no goodbyes to neighbors, just the home you love with the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. No leaving behind your cherished memories, no moving headaches. With Easy Knock, you keep living in the home you love. Why wait? Join thousands of Easy Knock satisfied customers nationwide who've converted their equity into opportunity. Visit EasyKnock.com today and step into a brighter, financially secure tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply. Easy Knock sale leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is Attorney Jeff Kaufman for the Injured Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind. I'd like to thank some of the people in my firm who make this possible. Craig Lind, Christian Schlereth, Ken Schoenberger, Natalie Bailey, Sarah Burkhalter, Bree Lopez, Ashley Larson, Skylar Ferrazzi, Renee Rosso, Catherine Ewing, Delaney Hogue, Patty Hotchkiss, Christopher Hunt, Christopher Diaz, Matthew Fondren, Jonathan Lamb, Sam Korth, Bridget Lind, David Love, Haley Weedman, and Alex Francis. I can't thank you enough. Contact us at winunius.com or dial pound 546. Offices, Orlando.
You've put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends this Sunday, June 30th. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 4 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. All designer rings, all certified diamonds are included, all colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back, so act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $250 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $63 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to 0 so you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Sunday and will not be extended. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Get details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at jimcolbertlive.com.
Jim, great topic. I'm going to go with North by Northwest for South Dakota. They're climbing all over Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
For Louisiana, I would suggest The Water Boy with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Although I would say Kathy Bates actually made a better North Floridian.
Hey, Colbert Show. I believe the original Rambo was set in Oregon.
Movies for the state of Iowa would be Field of Dreams. Jimmy, you're a baseball guy. I'm sure you'll agree with this.
Hey, guys. Speaking of those movies, what about Hoosiers for Indiana?
Yeah, that's a good one.
For a Florida movie, I'd nominate Cool Hand Luke.
Oh!
Classic, the sweatiest movie ever made.
I know.
You got Paul Newman, you got George Kennedy with the best supporting actor Oscar.
So good.
Strother Martin with one of the most famous movie lines ever.
Isn't that the failure to communicate?
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
It's the eggs I can't get over.
Communicate. Oh, we were eating the whole
The
egg.
eggs. Oh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. What you just heard is a talk back. You can leave one as well. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use that little microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We love hearing from you guys. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jackie's here as well.
Word.
A little topic I saw online today that kind of fueled my interest in this is what's the best movie based in each state? The movie itself has to represent that state, not where it's shot per se, just where it's represented. Like, yeah, Waterboy is a great example. Shot here in Florida, actually not far from where we are right now, but representative of the state of Louisiana. There you go. We have full phones. Let's get to them, and then we'll call this good as we get into It's Only Money with Scott here in just a few minutes. Let's go to Alan. Alan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Good. How are you?
Good, brother.
So I have two.
Okay.
I believe Dances with Wolves is in Wyoming.
Okay, that's a good one. Have you seen that?
And then also for Kentucky, Secretariat.
Yeah. Somebody had mentioned that a little bit earlier, and I agree 100%. Both of those are good. And I've never watched a horse movie in my life.
Really?
Like, I've never watched any of those movies based on horses
Like
or any of those.
Seabiscuit?
Yeah, none of those things. And it just doesn't, like, I never was into horse racing, so I would only watch the Derby for the pomp and circumstance of it all. I never had a dog in that hunt for that record.
Oh, I like the animal switcheroo you did there.
Debbie, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm fine.
I'm great. How are you, Jim and Deb?
Good.
A movie in Kentucky was Elizabethtown with Orlando Bloom and Jessica Biel. And also Rain Man, a large portion of that movie was filmed in Kentucky as well.
Now, but it's based in Vegas, though, right? That's kind of what we're talking about. The movie's based to be in Vegas, wasn't it?
Rain Man, I think they were everywhere.
They were.
I know northern Kentucky, they filmed quite a bit because that was like the big draw for everybody to go there.
Oh, very cool. Well, thanks. I appreciate your call.
The other one.
916-1041.
For Kentucky, one of my favorites. Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love that movie.
Sissy Spacek.
Oh,
and Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, all about Loretta Lynn.
She won an Oscar for that,
yes,
did she not?
did. Great movie.
It is a good-ass movie.
It's a great movie.
Jack, what was that one you just said? You just said there was a... No, I just asked you, did you see Dances with Wolves?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yes. Wasn't that Wyoming?
Yeah, I don't know if it was. That's the best Costner movie of all time. That and JFK are the best Costner movies.
That was a double video VHS rental.
Oh, yeah.
It was so long, it came on 2 VHS tapes.
So good, though. All right, 407-916-1041. Hey, Judy, welcome to the program.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Good.
Well, I don't know if you're sick of Florida movies, but my all-time favorite is The Yearling.
Was that based here in Florida?
Yes, sir. It was filmed here in Florida, too.
I'll be damned.
By a Florida author, Marjorie Rawlings.
I'll be damned. I did not know that. Thank you for your call. 407-916-1041. I can't believe, have there been any movies filmed in the Keys that are very popular? I know that Hemingway spent a lot of time down there, but I don't think were any of those movies turned into movies, or any of those books turned into movies that were filmed down that represent Florida?
Key Largo? It's a Humphrey Bogart movie.
Oh, yeah. Another one, and this is, the house itself just came up for sale and has been in Airbnb, The Conjuring for Rhode Island.
Really?
The Conjuring house is a place where you can go and stay if you're brave enough to do it.
You know what state we haven't mentioned? And it's one of the most popular states in the entire U.S., and we haven't said it one time or one movie. Colorado.
I thought we did for The Shining, but so much of that, because doesn't that take place in Colorado?
Well, okay, so it's filmed in Colorado, but I don't know if it's actually based in Colorado. I don't know if when they go into the Stanley Hotel, if that's supposed to be in Colorado or not.
I believe it is.
You need to double check that. I think that's supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be in the Northeast.
Here's another state, or actually a movie that we have forgotten to mention. Because those Northeast states are kind of just as difficult as the ones far out west. Because outside of New York and New Jersey,
Vermont,
and Rhode Island,
right,
Massachusetts with Jaws.
Oh, Jaws, yeah, but you also have Good Will Hunting there.
That's true.
Yeah, because you have.
I think Jaws wins over Good Will Hunting.
Jaws won Oscars? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to bring the reality into your argument.
No, you can say yes. You might have a little gold statue, but I have a term that was coined by this movie, and that's blockbuster.
Yeah, that's right. Summer blockbuster.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, again, Scarface didn't win any big awards, and yet.
Yeah, but I didn't say it was the best movie in Florida. That's you.
I just mentioned that it was filmed in Florida.
Right. Darren, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for taking my call. What a great subject, guys. I got a few right off the bat. Breaking Away from Indiana.
Oh, that's a great movie. The bicycle racing movie.
Oh, that's the one that made me want to become a cyclist.
Oh, it's so good.
Exactly. The kid was talking Italian all the time because he didn't want to be a townie.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Anything on Wyoming, Heaven's Gate. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Come on.
That's another good one. I like that we're being chastised.
I'll call you out on this one, Florida boy. Gator was in Florida because everything is okie dokie in the Okefenokee.
Was that supposed to be in the Okefenokee Swamp?
Thanks for my call. What a great subject.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it so much.
I did see someone say it was filmed in the Okefenokee Swamp.
Okay, so sons of bitches, hold on. God.
Well, Jaws 3 was filmed in Florida. We don't want to say what theme park it was based at, but remember?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. It was 3D too, right? And again, breaking through the thing.
When you see Jaws 3 and you see the product placement in that movie, all you want to do is scream at the screen, what were you thinking?
Exactly right. By the way, Gator was shot in the Okefenokee Swamp.
Was it? How can you not shoot anything if you get to go to Okefenokee?
No joke. Here we go. Angela, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, friend.
Hey, Angela, how you doing?
Hey.
Nice to talk to you.
Good to talk to you again.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time. What you got for us?
So I was going to say The Shining for Colorado. That is set in Colorado.
It is.
It was filmed there, and it's set in Colorado. But I called because you guys have mentioned Hoosiers twice for Indiana, but what about Rudy?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Notre Dame, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, two of my favorite movies from Delaware, both set in Delaware, Fight Club and Empire Records.
Damn. Fight Club.
Fight Club's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Empire Records is good, but Fight Club's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And Connecticut,
Mystic
Beetlejuice,
Pizza.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, great job, Angela.
Yes.
Hey, good hearing from you, sweetheart. She's awesome, by the way.
We need another drink recipe.
No joke. Makes a damn good drink, that one. God, this is so fun. I mean, we have full lines. We could literally do this to the end of the show because people are all over. They're listening and they're screaming at their radio right now that we're not getting their choice. They're literally screaming at the radio. What state? There's got to be a state we haven't hit. We've West Virginia, Virginia. Have we said Virginia? Is there a movie in Virginia?
I don't know. Arkansas Sling Blade.
Oh, yeah, Arkansas we haven't done either.
So we've got Arkansas now.
Yeah.
So we've got that.
By the way, it was supposed to be the Overlook Hotel in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, and it's shot in the Rockies there at the park at the Stanley Hotel in Estes, Colorado.
Yep.
And I've been there, and it is. I stayed in that hotel, by the way.
Did you really? I've heard the rooms are really small.
They're tiny, tiny. Matter of fact, when I'll tell you how small it was. When we checked into our room, we had to push our suitcases to an area that we could walk around because the suitcases were too big for the room. We had to pull them out individually and get our stuff out and then put them away, and to let my wife get hers out and then put that away because they tried to get modern beds in there,
and they couldn't.
So the biggest bed they were all double beds. Like nobody's renting a double bed
right now.
Not in America. You're not doing that.
Well, the good thing is that you stay in bed because your face is pressed up against the wall.
Oh yeah. and it is creepy. It is. I'll tell you what. I've got some pictures I took from that hotel in my phone right now that I can put up and show you, where we were and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Did the blood come out of the elevator?
Stop. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. By the way, thanks, guys, for calling.
Yeah, this is great.
We have so many more.
Go through all 5 calls in the next minute.
All right, here we go.
That's
Mary,
your challenge.
Mary, welcome to the show. What you got for us?
How about Doc Hollywood? Wasn't that filmed in Micanopy?
Yeah, somebody mentioned that earlier, and I did not even know that. And by the way, thanks for your call. That is a great movie. If you haven't, you talk about a feel-good movie with Michael J. Fox.
I don't like to feel good.
The Lost Boys, Santa Clara, California.
Yeah.
One of the best soundtracks ever.
Yeah, it's not a bad one either. Justin, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good, brother.
Couple quick ones. My favorite Florida movie is Adaptation, the Spike Jonze movie with Meryl Streep and Nick Cage.
It's about the cartoonist.
No, that's Being John Malkovich. Adaptation's the one where he goes and Meryl Streep is an author, and I forget the guy, Chris Cooper, and he's down and they go and find that ghost lily down in the Everglades.
Oh yeah.
That movie that really makes me think of Florida and Texas, man. Dazed and Confused. I mean,
wow. There you go. All right. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Oh, good. The best movie I like is The Natural.
Where's that? Now, that's the Robert Redford movie about baseball, but where's that shot? Where's it supposed to be based?
I thought that might have been in Georgia.
Was he a Georgia player in there? I thought he played for. I can't remember that. Thanks for your call, buddy. What is The Natural? Look up The Natural,
I thought
Deborah.
it was a Midwest thing.
I thought so too. I thought it was like an Ohio thing, like he played for the Reds or something. I know that's not right because I think all the team names are fictional.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie, buddy. If you haven't seen The Natural, it's so good.
I haven't.
I mean, it's
Buffalo,
really
New York.
There you go. I'll be damned.
Wow, on his way to try out for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah. Kevin, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
All right, how about Scarface for Florida?
Yeah, Debater mentioned that a little bit earlier because it is really, that's pretty much parallel with Miami.
That's Miami cocaine in the 80s.
But man, there's so many good movies that were filmed here.
Oh, yeah.
Or even based in Florida. And when you said Pet Detective, I'm like, damn.
And Cocoon.
You could even break this up into dramas and comedies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do a million things with this. All right, we'll do one more and we'll get out of here. Angel, you're ending it up. What do you got?
All right, so I got 3 for Florida and for Miami. We got Only the Strong, Too Fast, Too Furious, and Bad Boys 2, all Miami and all Florida.
Yeah, but the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah, forgot about that, yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Take a little break. Scott Brown next from Edgewater Family Wealth with It's Only Money.
Real radio is the news junkie.
These kids at like 13 years old, they traditionally wouldn't offer them up any kind of medication to help them out with losing weight.
I was never offered anything.
What was the age that it was the worst for you? Do you remember? Like, were kids making fun of you and stuff?
36.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Normal afternoon delays continue on I-4 for drivers traveling by the major attractions exits today. Right now, things are up to speed for anyone taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. No problems or delays to report north or southbound today for drivers on Florida's Turnpike. If you happen to see any traffic problems today, just make sure to call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save up to $50 on your print purchase. Offer N76. Visit staples.com/print for details. Boost your business with Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Fall in love with your home all over again with new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen delivers custom-designed, energy-saving windows and doors so you can improve your home's curb appeal and also increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrix material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Renewal by Andersen also has the most 5-star reviews, and their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you'll find anywhere. They're even transferable if you sell your home. Now through June, buy one window or patio door and receive 40% off, plus 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're hiring experienced window and door installers. Just go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, that's rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss.
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day. Find it in our YouTube chat. You go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. Boom! Answer the question there. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. Brought to you by the Home Builders Network. For years, you heard us talking about Mike and his great team at the Home Builders Network. This is who you need to reach out to when you need a new roof, new windows, or doors. Matter of fact, Home Builders Network was nominated by Orlando's Best for Best Windows and Doors, and now he has a new nomination, the Best of Florida nominee for Best Roofing Contractor. Reach out to Mike and the home building and his team of home builders. They are professionals, they are local, excellent service, all at a fair price. It's HBNUSA.com. That's HBN, like Home Builders Network. See what I'm doing there? HBNUSA.com.
If you own your own home, you're likely sitting on a pile of cash. But if only there was a way to convert that equity into cash. Well, look no further. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback Solutions offer a flexible, convenient way for homeowners to turn their home equity into cold hard cash without the hassle of today's high-interest loans. If you need the money tied up in your home to pay off debts, fund that next move, or just need cash to secure your financial outlook, EasyKnock is the solution. EasyKnock gets you the money you need without worrying about high interest rates or strict lender qualifications. Sell your house to EasyKnock at 100% fair market value and rent it back, getting the time and flexibility you need. It's that simple. EasyKnock enables you to convert the equity in your home to secure a better financial footing. Visit us at EasyKnock.com and turn your home equity into cash today. Terms and conditions apply. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
You've put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends this Sunday, June 30th. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 4 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. All designer rings, all certified diamonds are included, all colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back, so act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $250 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $63 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to 0, so you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Sunday and will not be extended. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. Get details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Koberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Remember, you can leave us a talkback if you like. Get that iHeartRadio app, which is awesome, by the way. When you get it, go to Real Radio. Use that microphone that you see to send your comment over to Jack, and we'll get you on the air. No problem. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here as well.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yep.
Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for our friend Scott Brown.
Yay! Woo!
Look at this guy. Will you look at this tan? Will you? My God, will you look at this guy's tan?
Yeah, last week you tried to sell us. It's the lighting.
Yeah.
It is. I have a new light.
Yeah. It's called the sun. You're right. That's your new light. You're out there in the sun playing golf every day. You mother.
I hear ya.
Scott Brown, Edgewater Family Wealth, 37 years giving sage advice to people in Orlando to make sure that their financial outlook is much better when they decide to hang up their boots. I've been doing it quite a while. Does a very good job. Seminars all throughout the state in the not in the summer. It's the only time we don't do those. Plenty of information on the website, though, and he always calls in to give us some good advice for people out there trying to kind of make a plan for themselves as they move forward in life. How's your week been, buddy?
It's been fantastic. You know, Jack was telling me about your segment on the greatest Florida movies.
Well, here's what it was. When I was on social this morning, somebody had posed the question, what's the greatest movie that's based in each state? Right? So with Florida, I mean, I think Jack has the one that's pretty darn hard to beat. 2 of them, Scarface, based in Miami, and then Monster, the Eileen Wuornos story, started here in Florida and wound up everywhere, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't beat Scarface, but you know, the greatest book that A Land Remembered is the greatest book about Florida, hands down. So if you've never read the book A Land Remembered, That, if you go into books, that's the one to read.
Glenn Klausman gave me that book as a gift to read. I've yet to read it. Yeah, I think I read the first chapter.
So, by the way, I'm into, and last thing before we actually talk about money, have you seen Black Sails yet?
Black Sails, SAI.
Sails as in sailing ships, yes.
No, I have not.
I've been binge watching it. Fantastic. I got to recommend it to everybody. It's about pirates, and I love me some pirates.
A little known fact about Scott Brown. I had no idea you're a pirate guy.
Give us our.
I'm a total pirate guy.
So,
all right, we can talk about money now.
Okay. How's your golf game? We got to get into this stuff too. Come on, man.
Well, with the tan comes a lower handicap. So yeah, golf games. I'm not ready for you yet, but I'm working on it.
We don't even know. We haven't played yet. So you may kill me right now. I mean, I doubt it.
Doubt it.
But I'm dying to play, buddy. I can't wait until you get back in town so we can get this going. So Scott, like I said, is the founder of Edgewater Family Wealth, in business for 37 years here in Central Florida, and they are financial. You know what? There's a lot of things you do, buddy. What if you were to put a single word? I know you're a financial planner per se. I mean, would you use that word? Is that fair enough?
Yeah, I mean, it's an advisor, planner. I mean, what I tell people is I manage people. People with money. I don't manage people's money, although that's part of what I do. But my biggest job is managing people so that they don't do silly things with the wealth they've acquired. People. One of the topics I sent you today was people try to get rich twice, and that kind of can be weird. Like, because you spend you think about a person who comes to me, and maybe they've had they're an inventor, or they're an entrepreneur, or they're a person just pounding out their 40 hours a week working hard and saving, and they come to me and they've got whatever it is, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, whatever the number is, and they've saved, they've been responsible, they haven't done anything silly, and then because of that they have the money to retire comfortably and do the things they want to do. Then they come to me and say, Scott, here's the money I've worked so hard to save, being diligent and thoughtful, not taking silly chances. Could you double it for me over the next 2 years, right? I mean, that is so contrary to everything you've done up until that moment. And I find when people lose the focus of their occupation, now the focus of their lives becomes that nest egg that they've built, right? So they come to me, they know they need somebody to kind of watch over things, and maybe they don't understand stocks and bonds and interest rates and things of this nature, and they need someone to help them. But in their heads, their full-time occupation, rather than spending time with their grandkids, going golfing, going fishing, going hiking, going camping, whatever it is people love to do in their spare time, they've decided their primary focus sometimes should be to making that $1 million they saved over 30 years, $2 million in 30 days. That is where problems begin.
Yeah, because then you start making irrational decisions, and you see this lump of money, and you know the earning potential it could have, and you start listening to people who did it once.
You read the story,
right?
You read the story.
You go online, you see all the memes, you see all the people who got rich in 40 days. Yeah, all those guys. That's all real, by the way.
All of them.
100% real, all of that.
100%, yes. Yeah, it's a weird dynamic. Most people get past it. I find it happens in the beginning. Somebody's 65, they've just retired, they've got $1 million, and they're successful, right? They have become rich by any standard. So you have $1 million at 5%. Let's say it throws off $50,000 a year. You got another 40 or 50 in Social Security between you and your spouse. Maybe you got some rental income, so you're making six figures. You got all the money you need that you've budgeted for. Probably making more money now than you did as an employee. You can play the golf you want to play. You can do the traveling you want to do. But no, that's not good enough, because we live in a society. Charlie Munger, one of our favorite and now deceased friends, Charlie Munger said that greed does not drive people. Envy drives people.
Right,
and envy, think about it. You're at the RV park, and the guy's got the bigger RV than you got, and he starts talking about Bitcoin or whatever, and you get the bright idea that, hey, maybe I could have the bigger RV,
right?
If I just get involved in crypto or meme stocks or whatever it is. So I find what I would say to people out there of means is, look, when you're successful, leave it be. I'm not saying don't try to earn anything. I'm not saying don't try to be competitive or buy good quality securities. What I'm saying is, don't try to take $1 million that took you 30 years to get and turn it into $2 million in 6 months, because that will end in disaster, I promise.
And the problem is, Scott, and we've talked about this 100 times before, the problem is chances are that extra money that you think is going to change your life dramatically doesn't really do that at all. You work your ass off, you take all these chances to get that extra dough, and in reality, you could have done everything you wanted to do with the money you had. And I do believe that keeping up with the Joneses thing does apply to everybody. A lot of people believe that people who have earned money don't go through that. I think people who've earned money go through that more, actually.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's not, people think, well, this person has a lot of money, therefore they don't experience the same emotions about money. But I can tell you it's all relative, right?
Yeah, 100%.
If you got $100,000 or you got $1 million or you got $10 million, people, it's built into us through time to, be concerned about our safety, our security, and our comfort. And if you have 10 million, you think you need 20 million. If you think you got 20 million, it never ends. And what I'm trying to tell people is, look, once you get to that point of utility where you have enough money to do what I always say, the same thing: freedom is doing what you want, when you want, with who you want. Once you reach that place, what are you doing? Right. And it's okay if you want to, you want to have good earnings, you want to earn 7 or 8 or 9 or 10% or whatever it is, because you want to give more to your charity or you want to do more for your grandkids. I'm not saying these are not worthwhile ambitions, and trying to earn a competitive return isn't important. It is very important. But what isn't important is kind of getting out of your lane. When you get out of your lane to chase something that you don't really need, and once you get, you won't really care about, that's where, because when you retire and somebody hears that you have $1 million, now everybody's got a good idea for you, right?
Yeah,
they of course don't have any money themselves,
right?
But they're going to help you double the $1 million that you have. This happens to, I've got dozens of clients who are physicians. As soon as somebody finds out that they're talking to a physician, they're like, oh, I got a trucking company I've been thinking about starting, or
a restaurant.
Athletes in restaurants. What athlete doesn't have to lose their behind in a restaurant? I mean, that's the rule, right?
It literally seems like it's written into a contract that they all sign with the devil. That I get a few bucks and I have to go open a restaurant, of which literally 1% make it.
They got a cousin who wants to open a restaurant because he once was a chef at McDonald's, quote unquote chef, and he knows how to run a restaurant. So again, once you've achieved success, I don't think you should be trying to get rich twice. I just think that's a bad plan.
All right, let's move on here, because this one's actually both of these are going to be interesting to me. But what do you mean by the top and bottom of I am assuming you're saying consultations?
Yeah, so what I mean by that is, when you approach a consultation with us, so, this is my moment to say, if you go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com and you want to do a consultation, which we do all the time, again, edgewaterfamilywealth.com, you can sign up there for a consultation, whether that's the top of the consultation, which essentially is a 5 or 10 minute consultation where you're saying, look, I don't have a real need to sit down for 3 hours and pound this out with you. But at the top of the funnel, I do have a question about the taxability of this, that, or the other, or what is the maximum contribution I can make to something, right? At the bottom of the consultation is that 3-hour ordeal, right, where we're writing down everything you have. We're running it through the goal planning and monitoring to say your success rates are this. You have an 80% chance of success, or 20%. You'd be surprised how many people haven't taken the time to say, what is the statistical? I've saved $200,000. I'm going to work for 10 more years. I save $5,000 a year. I make $60,000 a year. What is the statistical likelihood that these things are all going to line up? And if the answer is 20%, that's not necessarily good news, but what it is a starting point.
Yes.
So then you can say, all right, what do I got to do to make 20%, 50%, and 50%, 80%, 80%, 100%?
Boom.
But if you don't start that conversation, you will not get where you're going.
Scott, when I tell people, when we talk about your segment and this segment, which is very popular, people are very interested because now we've kind of made, the idea of saving for your future a reality with with what you say to people. It's not as complicated as people believe it is. And when we talk about this very thing and, talk about what you do, one of the things is I just tell them, I say, look, he basically can protect you from yourself and get you started on a plan. Because anybody will tell you, whether it's working out, learning how to play golf, learning how to play piano, guitar, you have to start somewhere. The number one thing to increase your percentage of success by 100 is taking the first step and just basically making that phone call and reducing that fear of what you think you're going to hear. That's the number one thing to changing your life. Singularly, the number one thing is pick up the phone, make the call, and reduce that fear of what you think you're going to hear. That's it.
Yeah, and we're okay that you're not ready. You know, it's perfectly fine. But like, it's funny you brought up guitar and golf, two things both you and I do.
Yes.
And like guitar and golf, you're going to suck at it in the beginning, right? I mean, my wife shut every door in the house when I learned to play the guitar. I couldn't. Sometimes she left the house.
It's alien, Scott. Those movements are alien, and that's it's so it's so different and so unique and so out of your realm. But once you learn it, there's a great success in that. There's a great feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, and it's the same with saving and work. Money is not, as I've said many times, accumulating money is not complex. It is hard. And it's hard because it goes against your actual nature. It is not human nature. I've said it a million times. It is not human nature to save. When we were, as recently as 300 or 400 years ago, if you didn't eat the food went bad.
Yes.
If you didn't drink the water might evaporate, right? So there was no need to save. There was no way to cure meat. There was no refrigeration. Now we have all these things that kind of help us out with modern technology, but it's not built in. If you killed an animal, you ate that animal or it rotted.
That's right.
That is kind of plugged into our DNA, and we have to overcome that.
Talking to Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. The segment's called It's Only Money. We'll end it up with this, and I think this is the funniest thing because I do not know what you're talking about here. Dying with money can be complicated. Now, I'm not joking a little bit about how I think that it's kind of odd to even say out loud because I believe, including myself, most people believe is you make yourself a simple will, you make sure everybody gets their share, what you think is right, and then off you go. The simplest thing you could do ever is dying with a little bit of money. But you say it's complicated and why beneficiaries and good documentation really do matter here.
Yeah, and I think it starts with conversation. One of the things I added on my list was candor. And this is something I've come to realize over the last decade or so. You know, everybody on the show today, we come from a generation where, I mean, I don't know about y'all, I shouldn't speak for you, but my dad would rather have his eyes poked out than talk about his money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that is, they didn't do that. They didn't want you to know. It was nobody's business. It wasn't the kid's business. Who are you to tell me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's a huge mistake. And the reason I say that is because, unfortunately, in my business, I lose a lot of people. Every year I lose more and more clients, and I see the adult children come in, and they really have no idea what's going on, right? I'm kind of the bad guy sometimes because they don't know me. I've never been introduced. They've never talked about me. They don't know where the IRAs are. And then you get into this situation where they're coming in cold. They've lost somebody, so they're grieving. They're not in a great state of mind to begin with. This is where problems arise. And people say this. I hear this all the time. My kids would never do that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're dumb. If you say that,
you are being.
You say that you're dumb. I mean, you can read daily, like literally every other day in the newspaper. There's some family being broken apart by a few $100,000 left by Pop.
Oh, you can't, and it does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen frequently enough. And I think if that, elderly parent had sat down in their 60s with their, 30 and 40-year-old children, said, get them all in a room and say, look, this is what we have. This is what our plan is. This is the IRAs. This is the non-IRAs. This is the real estate. We're going to let Jimmy be the executor, but that doesn't mean that Mary and Fred aren't going to, you would walk them through that. Then when the moment comes, they're not caught up in the moment. They don't have all these emotions where they get angry, they get their feelings hurt. It's just an unnecessary burden. And the other thing I will say is make sure your beneficiaries are up to date. I have literally had this happen where a man died and his current wife came in to get the money. And unfortunately for her, the ex-wife had never been taken off of the accounts. And you can guess how fun that conversation was.
Oh, man.
Yeah. They don't teach you that in actuary school, do they?
No, you got to put the boxing gloves on for that one. And then also don't make a minor child a beneficiary. You're asking for trouble if you give an 18-year-old $100,000.
Also, Scott, I know we got to get out of here though, but I know also when you talk about leaving real estate, when you talk about leaving things like that, that can get real sticky as well when you start leaving things of that nature. So it is very important to have those conversations to make sure you have that panned out,
Please do.
Yeah. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Like I said, 37 years of experience, and I know you've written a couple books as well.
Yep, I wrote the infamous I've Never Made Anybody Rich, which is kind of helping people through day-to-day financial stuff. And then, of course, we've got the Guide to Picking a Financial Advisor, which you can download for free, called I Got a Guy. And you can do all of that at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com.
Also, while you're there, be sure to sign up for a consult. If you're interested in talking to Scott and his crew about how to form a plan starting today, about how to make your financial outlook a lot better, or at least get an idea of what you need to do to accomplish your dreams as you kind of move toward retirement, it is one of the best moves you can make. And again, these guys don't look down their nose at you. Everybody's in way different places. They have seen and managed every possible financial scenario. And they will be honest with you and tell you whether or not you're ready for them or not. It is a great phone call to make. I urge everybody to do that. That way you at least have an idea of where to start when it comes to making your life a little better as you, again, move toward retirement.
Yeah, love to have you. And again, it's not too soon to get started with that conversation.
Good and loud for Scott Brown, guys.
Yay! Woohoo! Now go work on that tan.
We'll look forward to that. Yeah, buddy. Get out of here. Get out of here. I cannot wait to take your money. You have no idea. I'm going to take your money and then invest it with you.
Okay, we're late.
Back in the segment trivia.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Unlike previous NBA draft classes that featured star players like Zion, Cade Cunningham, or Victor Wembanyama, there's no clear-cut number one overall pick. The Hawks aren't sure who they're taking number one overall, and the draft is fast approaching. There's no real consensus in this year's draft. The biggest name is a player who will probably be selected in the second round. It appears we'll have to wait until draft day to see just how these teams value this year's class. I'm Dan Patrick.
Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save up to $50 on your print purchase. Offer N76. Visit staples.com/print for details. Boost your business with Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. I have some experience. I ran 2 previous amendments for medical marijuana and won the second time. All the lies they told last time, they're telling this time. They said pot shops would ruin neighborhoods and churches. Didn't happen. They said children would get it and use it. Didn't happen. Our governor says it's going to cause a stink. Come on, dog. But what did happen is almost 1 million people now have the medical help they need without narcotics and opioids. So now let's finish what I started. Let's do this together and not let the pharmaceutical and liquor industry try and stop us again. The only smell I smell is the stench out of Tallahassee's politicians. Join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand,
It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
The 2024 Mikeys are here. Hey guys, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Join me Friday, June 28th at the Hilton Orlando Altamont Springs for the 2024 Mikey Awards. Join us as we celebrate the best in Florida sports. Tickets are $40 and includes a food buffet and 2 beer tickets. Come on out, hang out with your favorite 96.9 The Game personalities as we honor the best in Florida sports. Tickets available now at 969thegame.com/Mikeys, presented by Bud Light.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Take us with you for free on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hola.
And Jack has the Jackie Sack. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo. Clickety-clack. Clickety-clack.
Check this out. In the Jackie Sack, 2 prizes. 2. And we don't make you pick one or the other. Today, you are getting the and instead of the or.
Oh.
They are married. They are connected, although you can use them at entirely different times. Because the first, you will get a pair of tickets to Orlando City SC versus DC United. That happens July 6th at Inter & Co Stadium. That's brought to you by WG Sports Center. Discover indoor soccer. Follow them at WG Sports Center, at WG Sports Center on Instagram. Or the other, and the other prize you get.
There we go.
A $50 Pirate Spot gift certificate. The best products from the biggest names in fireworks. Find the closest retailer location now at iwantfireworks.com.
Yeah. And if you ever wondered if that guy gets it, he has a website called byebyefingers.com.
Yeah.
He gets it. Times 50,000. He's like one of the greatest dudes ever.
Pick up your fingers, throw them in the Jackie Sack, and that is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, they're a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company, so keep it local. But don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that clickety-clack is going to get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. Clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thanks, Deb.
Sure.
Jack, who goes first today?
That's going to be Andy.
Andy right there on line 1. Andy, how are you, friend?
I'm doing well.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'm sure. I love your voice, Andy. Would you like to play a little game with us?
I would love it.
Let's do it. That loves a lot of stuff. I love that. All right, Andy, lover Andy, I got you covered here, buddy. This is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, Andy, it's a lie. I am trying to fool you, but if you persevere and you see through my lie and choose the correct answer, I will send you over to the Jackie Sack, and you can go to Orlando City Cent match with a $50 gift card from Pyrospot.
Handle it delicately.
All right, here we go, buddy. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. On this day in 1961, actor, writer, comedian, television host, author, created the British TV show that became a massive
Ricky
hit.
Gervais?
Ricky Gervais is the answer. That's right.
Woody Roten.
Created the British television juggernaut that also became a massive hit in the U.S. He's the most dangerous award show host in the history. He has no F's to give. Ricky Gervais was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Ricky and 1 fourth wall of a lie.
Love that guy.
Number 1. Here we go, buddy. Talking about Ricky Gervais. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1. Ricky was once in a British synth pop band called Siona Dancing. Number 2, Ricky isn't married, but he's been with his partner Jane for 42 years. Number 3, at 15 years old, Ricky lost his only sister Laura in a car accident. Or lastly, Ricky once turned down $4 million to be a spokesperson for a company. Which one of those is untrue?
Ooh, all right. You know what? I'm going to go with the last one, number 4.
No, that's absolutely true.
Oh, sorry, dude.
He wouldn't tell you what the company was because he didn't want to, but he said he doesn't want to make money just because he's famous. So when they offered him $4 million just to make a cameo in an advertisement, he said, no thanks, I pass.
Wow.
Yeah. He makes his own rules, this guy. You got to like that guy for
I
this.
love him.
Yeah. Hard not to like him. Jack, who's next?
Chicker Jelly Deb.
Chicker Jelly Deb, what's going on?
Hey, doing great, thank you.
All right, we're talking about Ricky Gervais, Deb. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Ricky was once in a British synth pop band called Siona Dancing. Number 2, Ricky is not married, but he has been with his partner Jane for 42 years. Or lastly, at 15 years old, Ricky lost his only sister Laura in a car accident.
I'm going to say number 3.
That's the one you're going. You win.
Chicken jelly.
Sugar Jelly, Deb. That is the worst name in the history of names. But I'm going to put you on hold. You are a winner, Deb. Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate that. No, he did not lose his sister Laura in a car accident. I don't even think he has a sister named Laura.
Oh, okay. But he has been with his partner for 42 years?
He's been with Jane since 1982.
Wow.
She was a producer of something he was doing at the time. He met her, and they have been together since then. And he says this is because he's a very famous atheist, by the way, right? I don't know if you guys know that about Ricky Gervais.
I did not.
He's a very famous atheist and very outspoken about it. And when they asked him why he got married, he goes, it doesn't matter. You get married to confirm the relationship with God. I don't believe in God, so why does it matter? And that's exactly. And he's been with her for 42 years. He was once in a British synth pop band called Siona Dancing.
I want to see video from that.
Oh, by the way, you can't find it, but Jack, do you have audio from a band called Suede? You remember an English band called Suede that kind of hit it in the early 90s?
I do.
Oh, see if you have the song there. I'll tell you something about him in a sec. In 2004, he released a children's book called Flanimals, and he released a follow-up, and both of them were bestsellers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's a damn good guitar player. I didn't know this, but the original version of The Office, the guy that he played guitar, and it was featured quite often. So he's a pretty darn good guitar player.
Oh, wow.
He's been in a couple bands, and he's a songwriter as well. Let's see. He holds a degree in philosophy from the University College of London. You got that song? Is it on there by any chance? Do we have it?
I found some. Yeah.
Okay, I just don't want to see if there's a hit or not.
I think I kind of remember it.
This is the band Suede with Beautiful One.
Yeah. The reason this is important is right before these guys broke and hit it big, Ricky Gervais was their manager.
Oh, wow.
Right, because he met them when he was doing his band thing. His band thing didn't work. He met these guys, became their manager, quit to do his own thing, and they literally hit it the next year.
Oh, wow.
And became pretty famous there.
Had some timing.
And then lastly here, how many seasons did the British version of The Office last?
3.
4.
2 is the answer.
Oh.
And if you look at all
wow.
if you look at all of his projects, I believe he purposely only makes 12 episodes of anything he does, because he says after that, you run through all the characters, and it becomes tedious. So he doesn't like making anything for a long term. The Office version of in America went way longer and was really way more successful than the version he made in Britain.
I tried watching it halfway through that, just too cringe.
Yeah, they're
too
extra cringe.
Yeah.
Extra cringe.
Because there's no sign that it's supposed to be funny. At least the American version, there's supposed to be comedy. When you watch that British version, it doesn't even seem like they're trying. Like, it doesn't seem like, wait, comedy? We're trying to make you uncomfortable here. We're trying to take you to a funeral. All right, 407-916-1041. Yes.
I just wanted to let folks know that someone had texted us earlier at 77031. If you're just getting on the road tonight, we already have some showers starting to drape over I-4. Just to make that ride home a little bit more fun, 3 lanes are blocked due to a crash on I-4 eastbound. So this is near exits 101A, 101BC. This is near where you'd get off to go to Mount Dora.
Okay,
to get on 44.
46 and 44.
Exactly. And then there's also westbound delays, rubbernecking delays. So if you can get an alternate route on I-4, it's 3 lanes blocked.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah, that's all good, but you said doo-doo.
Yeah.
That's okay. I said Roten earlier.
I'm just glad it's not rush hour. Can you imagine?
I know, that would be terrible.
All right, 407-916-1041. Finally, the Olympics got it right. And I'll tell you how next.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling through downtown Orlando and by the major attractions exits. No problems to report for drivers who need to take Florida's Turnpike north or southbound today. Traffic still moving well on the 408. If you do run into traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Let's get you that new bathroom you've been dreaming about for years. The cool thing is Rebath in Florida can make that happen in about 4 to 6 days. I am not mispronouncing that. That is the answer, 4 to 6 days. And the reason why is because it's the same crew every day, and they basically put everything ready to go before they even get to your house. And by the way, that includes the demo of your old bathroom. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the new stuff you'll be putting in. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff, including natural stone like travertine and marble. And they have everything you need, actually multiple choices of different styles and colors and styles of tubs and toilets and sinks and cabinetry and tile and lighting. Guys, they do it all. And even better, they can take your ideas with their products and their design team's help, create a bathroom you're going to love for years. And even better than that, 4 to 6 days, their employees. That means the same team until the job is done, and a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Better than that, $800 in upgrades when you simply mention the Jim Colbert Show. Do that today, and then visit the showroom, 436 up at Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. When you walk in, you're going to be blown away. 10 models there to show you exactly what they can do with these products. Those aren't the bathrooms. They're just showing you what they can look like when you build one. You're going to love these guys. Hop online, look at the before and afters, and be sure to mention the Jim Colbert Show for $800 in upgrades. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
CoverGirls don't need a filter. Introducing CoverGirl's Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, the skincare makeup hybrid that delivers a plump, more youthful-looking complexion. Made with a plant-based retinol alternative, it reduces the appearance of wrinkles and increases skin's firmness. Pigmented capsules burst and blend, leaving a sheer, even tint, while hydrating for up to 24 hours. Available in 8 adaptable shades. Radiant skin is only a pump away with CoverGirl's Simply Ageless Essence.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues.
Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1076. 800-499-1076. 800-499-1076.
You've put it off all month, but guys, you need to act now. International Diamond Center's amazing free finance offer ends this Sunday, June 30th. So if it's time to pop the question, celebrate a big anniversary, or upgrade her diamond, now is the best time. And this is the best way to buy. You can make any purchase and spread your payments over 4 years with an unheard of interest rate of just 0%. 0.0. All designer rings, all certified diamonds are included, all colored gemstone jewelry, all fashion jewelry. Nothing's held back, so act now. Get that $12,000 engagement ring with a hand-picked certified diamond and designer setting and pay just $250 a month. Or that $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $63 a month. While interest rates are up everywhere else, IDC takes them all the way down to 0, so you can go big. But time is running out. International Diamond Center's rate relief ends Sunday and will not be extended. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. Get details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on Demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Great Spider Invasion was filmed in northern Wisconsin, a little town called Gleason, population 350 people. One of the most classic B movies ever made.
Okay, your movie for Virginia would be Remember the Titans with Denzel.
Oh, wow, I thought it was in Texas.
Great movie.
Oh, very cool, dude.
What about Super Troopers for Vermont?
Oh, I did not know
As
that.
The Rock would say, how in the blue hell are we forgetting about Porky's
in Florida
when it comes to Florida?
God!
There's like 3 of those. They were all filmed in Fort Lauderdale/Miami.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how many
Seems like Florida life to me.
You know how many people became a man in that movie? Yeah.
Might be a bit of low-hanging fruit, but for Florida, I nominate Porky's.
There you go.
Supposedly takes place in a fictional South Florida town.
That's right.
Hey guys, I just want to set the record straight. I think someone said The Waterboy was filmed in Louisiana.
We did not.
It's actually filmed in Stetson in the Citrus Bowl. That is a Central Florida movie.
Yeah.
The Deer Hunter, Pennsylvania.
The Deer Hunter. Pennsylvania.
Hey Jim, so yeah, The Shining is based on the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. There's a room in there that it's pretty much all based around that room.
Yeah, room 217.
I think it's the one they feature in the movie or whatever. But the movie hotel is not the hotel that's in Colorado. It's nothing like the Stanley Hotel. And that was actually in the Swiss Alps is where they filmed that. So it's not actually filmed in Colorado at all, but it's based on that hotel, Stanley.
There you go.
That's why, because they call it the Overlook Hotel in the movie, and in the movie it does say that it's based in the Colorado mountains. So, I mean, I just looked at the Wikipedia a few minutes ago. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hello.
What all those talkbacks were, if you're just tuning in, you've been working all day like a real person. Stop. I just saw something on social that basically said, what's the best movie based in each state? Now, people are just kind of focusing on Florida because, here we are.
Right.
But let me ask you a question. Where was the movie Independence Day based? Is that Vegas or Nevada, or is that because it's like a military base?
Part of it is Roswell. It's all over. I mean, part of it's Washington D.C.
Yeah, you're right.
Part of it, I think is Area 51.
And it is kind of rare to have a movie based in just one state, is it not? I mean, also Gran Torino, wasn't that a California movie as well?
Somebody had texted us earlier.
Michigan.
Yeah,
I think he was an auto worker.
Yeah. Okay. Good movie, by the way. Holy ass. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Holy man. That old man can make some damn good movies.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. We will have an Olympic update, right, Jack? We're doing that this year?
Oh, hell yeah.
Give me an idea how that's going to sound. I'm not asking you to do one now.
You're going to hear
when are we going to do it?
You're going to hear some horns and fanfare.
Okay, that's good.
Then I'm going to recap some stuff from the previous night, and I'm going to take into consideration of the time difference, not to spoil anything for those who plan on watching it, and also preview what is upcoming, and also report on what I am eating while watching.
Very nice, Jack Snacks.
Jack Snacks.
Now, are we going to do that? We're doing that at 3:45. We're doing that at what time of the day? We're going to be doing that?
Last Olympiad, we did it at 3:45.
Yeah, I think that's a good time. Yeah. Well, the reason I bring that up is, of course, it's in France this year, the Summer Games, and they don't. How many weeks away is it? Like 3 or 4 weeks away?
It's getting close.
Yeah, July, right? Middle of July or something. Yes, you can watch the trials and the qualifiers happening right now on television.
Been watching a lot of them. It's been last night was track and field.
Last week it was swimming. I saw a number of those when I was on vacation.
Diving.
Yeah, we had a 16-year-old runner going for his chance to get on the Olympic team last night.
And some heartbreak, too. I guess there's a guy who was a former champion or one of the best runners in the world, and he fell during his race and did not qualify for the Olympics, and then lobbied the Olympic Committee to overturn the decision, and they did not.
Yeah.
That person will not run this year.
Well, someone who will is a Lake County middle school teacher.
Really?
Quit his job last year to follow his Olympic dreams, and those dreams came true over the weekend. This is from Fox 35. Donovan Banks, a former robotics teacher.
Nice.
At Windy Hill Middle School, will compete in Paris after finishing in the top 3 in the men's javelin event at the Olympic trials on Sunday. Top 3.
Yeah. That's wild. Where do you get it? The funny thing about some of these games, like, where do you get a taste for that? Where
lawn darts.
High school, I would say, is usual.
Yeah, but who throws a javelin in high school?
Kids who threw lawn darts.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is there one program in Central Florida where javelin is part of the track and field thing? Is there?
Maybe.
I mean,
steeplechase?
I mean,
come on. That's what I'm saying. It's like some of these games, like, where do you even practice this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I was a shot putter.
Were you really? Yeah, that's hard. You tuck it under your chin.
It was.
And do that spin.
Oh, I was watching the women with the discus. There was one.
Yeah.
She could not get one shot to qualify.
No.
Yeah. I think she was a previous record holder. And all of them kept and the last one just went out of bounds. Oh, it's so brutal.
Heartbreaking.
It is totally heartbreaking. Well, here's what's changed. Do you guys know what I'm talking about here, by the way?
No.
What's one of the biggest things that we have a problem with the Olympics? Every single one of them. What is the biggest thing?
The venues?
The venues.
Yeah.
What happens to them? They build these cities that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, some more than that. I think in the China games or the Sochi games, they spent almost $1 billion
easy
on all those stadiums in that village. Well, in Paris, they're doing it different. When they found out they got the games, they started building the area where the Olympic athletes are going to stay. And when they leave, they're going to become housing.
Oh, great.
Nice. So it's finally a change now. And basically what this comes as a sustainability thing. Because what they did is they said in Paris, we're going to make this a little greener. We see a lot of waste around the Olympic Games, and apparently it's finally gotten to the people who make decisions. And instead of now building these giant complexes that wind up getting raised, spending all this money, and of course, I mean, it does bring a lot of attention to the areas that do that. You remember them forever. I mean, Jack could probably run off the last 10 places for Summer and Olympic Games where they've been because some people are really into it, and that's understandable because they're awesome. And one of the few times globally we come together to compete on anything in one ground. down where we can all kind of look past our differences occasionally.
But that's only during the games, and after the games are done, then these areas just end up being
just wasted. Right. Well, it is now not going to happen because as part of their effort to make Paris 2024 the most responsible and sustainable games in history, they're building something that's actually meant to last. The village was thought up as a neighborhood before they started thinking about the games in itself. So when they got the games, they now have a city ready to go. And when the athletes move out and move on to their world and the games leave Paris, those structures will now be used for housing and other things, which I think is freaking awesome.
It's great.
That is.
It's about time. Like, I read the story, I was like, wow. Finally, somebody listened, and finally somebody started going on YouTube or going online and seeing all these dilapidated, multi-$100 million facilities just being left to rot. Like, nothing's being done with it. It is, like, I have a weird thing with waste. I don't know if you guys have that or not.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one of the reasons I shop at thrift stores and do that stuff for my clothing and whatnot is because it seems so stupid and silly to buy new stuff when there's perfectly good stuff out there that does the job. It looks fine.
I'll take you to Macy's. I'll change you on
You got to
that.
get past the ego of all that stuff. And, I mean, we've gotten past that. But
You got that right, public shopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on over to Aldi.
Well, Jack, we all have our ruxes. I mean, you got on your Macy's jeans, and I'm buying Publix peaches at $9 a piece. It says but they're also going to have the Paralympics here, and once that clears out, that'll be in early September. It contains 82 buildings. They'll be converted to office space for 6,000 workers and apartments to house another 6,000 people.
That's great.
I think it's friggin' awesome.
It's about time.
I saw this and I was like, look, man, this is the way to do it. Like, and they're saying, look, to build this thing is already expensive. They couldn't imagine tearing it down and then having to rebuild anything. Why not just use what they're doing? And then for the athletes when they come in, like the beds are cardboard. Have you seen that?
No.
They're corrugated beds made out of pressed cardboard, and they have like a pad. Like, it's not a mattress per se. You know, it's just like a sleeping pad, like a basically like a sleeping bag, spread out over it. And then everything else is like green and sustainable. It's actually very cool.
Think about it. You trained your whole life to make it to the Olympics, and now you get to sleep on cardboard.
Exactly.
Nothing says to lifetime success like a cardboard bed.
It says everything built for this village was done with sustainability in mind. That way you can minimize the amount of construction, organize temporary or permanently retrofitted several existing structures on the site. They took an old electric factory. Instead of building a new building, they used this old electric factory to refit so they could use it for that and then have it for use for something else. I love it. And when you look at the buildings, they're beautiful. I mean, it's not like they're throwing them together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really
Finally.
cool. All right, 407-916-1041. So the village will house about 3,000 apartments containing 4,250 beds made with recyclable materials like the ones used in Tokyo, which is where I believe that was introduced.
I hope before they turn them over to anybody, they sterilize them.
Yeah.
A little pressure washer.
There's going to be some bed burning going on.
You're not going to want to do a black light in there.
Because every Olympiad, we always hear about the amount of condoms being made available.
Oh, yeah, they're drop shipping condoms like food to Sudan. Then those pallets are hitting the ground and bouncing 100 feet. But they were ripping through some condoms. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where was that, Jack? Where did the condom thing come out of?
Having them bounce 100 feet is pretty damn funny. Then ripping through condoms. Your worst nightmare.
Yeah, good point.
And the funny thing is like everybody thought that it was the dudes that were all horny.
Yeah.
Like they're rolling through there to kind of
Your biggest mistake of all time.
Right, no joke.
Your biggest mistake.
Listen, and they're running through these villages and they're like, they're asking all the guys, what one of this condom thing. And the guys are like being a bit sheepish. Man, they got to those female athletes. They're like, no, we're going to get it on. We're getting it on. I'm glad. I brought my own. Like chicks were saying they brought their own.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to make sure you have good quality.
Listen, and we're not talking about that. I met her last night in the bar 3-pack. These MFers are bringing those 100 counts. Like they're buying them at Costco.
Here's the deal. They shouldn't be using condoms because these are the people that we want to actually populate, right?
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea, Jack.
Yeah.
All right. Good thought, Hitler.
The elite among us.
Jesus,
Hey,
Jack.
I'm not saying kill the rest.
God almighty. You'd be great if they were all blonde and blue-eyed and they were perfect and they're all beautiful. That'd be awesome. Nobody's thought of that.
Let's also have a little test, too. Intelligence test.
Go on, Jack. Oh, that one eye's a little right. Step to the side.
Sorry, you got to go.
Yeah, close your eyes, smoke the cigarette. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. What do I have here? God, I don't want to talk about that because we're having so much fun. All right, I tell you, we have two things we'll cover, one out of Texas and one out of Volusia County. We'll do that next.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling through downtown Orlando and by the major attractions exits. No problems to report for drivers who need to take Florida's Turnpike north or southbound today. Traffic still moving well on the 408. If you do run into traffic problems today, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park July 10th to the 13th with 1,500 American muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Transform the look of your home with new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen delivers custom-designed, energy-saving windows and doors using their unique Fibrex material, which combines elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. And improved indoor air quality, that's just one great benefit. Renewal by Andersen's beautiful designs with a variety of color options, hardware, and more bumps up your home's curb appeal, too. And if you live on the coast, their Turtle Glass protects sea turtles, which is perfect. We just celebrated Sea Turtle Protection Day on June 16th. So get started now. Now through June, buy one window or patio door and receive 40% off. Plus, 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Just go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
Man, let me tell you something. If you want to make sure, God, I was talking to somebody yesterday about this very thing, Life Imaging FLA. I was talking to another client that's coming on, TNG, the Nickley Group. And let me tell you something, man. When I talk about Life Imaging FLA and around and people who have heard about it, they are immediately intrigued. And here's why. It gives you so much great information about what's actually happening in your body. And it's summertime. You know, you're out there having a good time. You enjoy yourself. You look around like, man, I'm surrounded by friends and family. I'm having a blast. You want that to happen as many summers as you could possibly imagine. Don't you dare let anything sneak up and change that. Life Imaging FLA can make sure that that doesn't happen. Their free life scan and their heart scan is an absolute must. No dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This only takes a few minutes, but what can happen for you is genuinely amazing. And I tell this story, and I'll tell it over and over because it's absolutely true. When my mother-in-law and my father-in-law got their scans, I was standing next to my wife when she called. And that relief in her voice, you could hear it through the phone, was irreplaceable, guys, and you can have that very experience. Call Life Imaging right now. Get that free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and you have to ask about their cancer screening as well. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Don't wait any longer. Make this the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo Goulet, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. You know, I've been on the air for over 30 years with headphones on, and I've had them way too loud. And that's why I like MD Hearing. They've made these new Neo rechargeable digital hearing aids, and nobody can actually see them. They fit in your ear. Get the hearing you deserve with MD Hearing. Go to shopmdhearing.com and use promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer. Plus, they're adding a free extra charging case. It's a $100 value. So that's mdhearing.com and use the promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Boom.
Hey, Jim.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday, man. Hey, quick question. Is it worse to be left-handed and dyslexic, or a right-handed person and be less dyslexic? Cool question. Swirl, silk.
All right.
Lot to unpack there.
Yeah, 407-916-1041. Text us at 770.
But I have a feeling it's happy hour wherever it is.
Good job, sir.
You can leave a talk back as well. Just get that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send your comment to Jack.
I know. Hey, while you're there, I mean, just as a side thought, you might want to enter for a trip for 2, and it's so amazing to go see the Eagles at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and it really does include a helicopter ride.
And it's beyond. I mean, listen. You know, I've been with this company 30 plus years, and this is one of the coolest things we've ever given away.
Oh, without a doubt.
The packet's got to be like $10K.
Without a doubt.
The tickets is one thing. I mean, you're getting a chopper flight there. You're getting the room. You're getting spending dough. You're getting walked into the arena like a superstar.
Your tickets are VIP tickets. You're not even going to be in the dregs like with the rest of us.
God almighty.
I don't know what that was about.
How many people do you think Volusia County lifeguards pulled out of the ocean this past weekend?
250.
Not quite that many.
No?
Okay. You have no faith in swimmers.
No, I don't.
Oh, my God, man.
I go half of that at 125.
Yeah, 85 people.
That's still a lot of people on one weekend that wasn't a holiday weekend.
85 people between Friday and Sunday were fished out of the oceans before they got sucked out of there and killed. Have you heard the carnage that the ocean has caused over the last month?
Oh, yeah.
That couple that died in front of their 5 or 6 kids.
6 kids on vacation up in the Panhandle. They had to literally bring a grief counselor to work with the children because mother and father, and then the children had to wait for family to fly in to take care of them.
Unbelievable. By the way, there is some horrific weather out by Lake Mary over I-4. So if you're driving east, Deb already gave you that traffic heads up. Oh. The weather out there is a giant pink blob over Lake Mary and Heathrow in that area out there. So if you're driving through there, just mind yourself. There's some extraordinarily heavy rain coming down in that area. And it almost seems to be like going right up and down I-4 the entire way. So please be careful. We need every one of you guys we can get.
If you don't hear the storms, just keep your radio on. They're banging on our windows as we speak.
I think they just knocked to come in.
But hey, Mount Dora, you're still dry.
Yeah, very hazardous rip current conditions. And while I was looking for my What'd You Do today, it just so happened because when you pop onto YouTube, it'll give you some local feeds. And one of them was a guy who does this. He films rip currents to show people what they look like and what to look for if you're walking up and down the beaches. And we have here in Florida, we have people who have never even seen the ocean. They're coming in from the Midwest. They're coming in from, from wherever.
The plains?
Internally, right? Yeah, the plains. And they've never been to the ocean. They don't understand. They see lakes. Lakes don't have things like this. Rivers have currents like this, but, even if you know what you're looking for, It can be too late sometimes.
You don't deal with rip currents necessarily in the Great Lakes, but still some really choppy waters. It's not like you're just swimming in your neighborhood pond.
Yeah, no question. But, it doesn't drag you out to kill you, and that's exactly what this does. And it's actually done it a couple of times. You see the two brothers that were dragged out, one trying to help the other up in the Panhandle, I believe, in that Destin area, just dragged out there.
And listen, I just saw this today on the news. It's and I never even thought of this, but if you're on the beach and you see someone struggling in the water, of course, the first thing you're going to want to do is call a lifeguard and then 911. But if you can grab a boogie board, a cooler, and drag it out there and use that.
Just throw it to them, anything to float, because eventually it'll let you go and you can just kind of paddle your way back in.
Well, and the good thing is that as you're carrying it out there, that will give you the distance to allow the drowning person to hang onto the boogie board, but not onto you.
That's the most dangerous thing ever.
That's the most dangerous.
Yeah, because somebody, my daughter almost did this to me once. We were in Silver Glen Springs swimming and she jumped in and didn't realize the water was so cold, and she was just doggy paddling and the water kind of made her kind of cramped up. And she wasn't tall enough to touch the bottom. And she kind of, she asked for help. And I jumped in, and it just so happened the water was about 6.5 feet deep, just over my head. Man, she grabbed onto me and shoved me straight to the bottom. And wasn't even trying to do it. She was just trying to stay alive. She was horrified and just jumped right on me and pushed me right to the bottom. And I literally had to kind of throw her toward a couple other swimmers that I knew so they could grab her. And as I came out of the water, I was just like, hey, give her a hand, guys. And then we kind of moved on. But I looked at her when we got back. I said, that's how fast. And when it's crowded like that and you go under, and of course, it's Silver Glen Springs. Everybody knows. It's like the theme park pools. That's why it happens here in Florida so often. Not so often, but too often, actually.
Yeah.
Is there's so much action happening when you dip below that water line. If somebody isn't watching you directly, it could be bad news.
Well, because you oftentimes don't know that shadow that you see is actually someone at the bottom of the pool.
That's right. Volusia County beaches, by the way, since March 1st, have fished 700 people out of the ocean that were in distress and possibly headed.
I wasn't too far.
No, not. From March 1st.
I was going from March 1st till now, Jimmy.
85 people just this weekend is insane.
It's a lot. And again, you would have to almost be an Olympic qualifying swimmer to really want to take your chances, because it'll knock you down from your ankles and drag you out to sea, and you're already 50 yards from shore, and you have no idea what just happened.
And the most common problem is you try to swim against it, and really what you should do is turn over and let the thing take you where it's going to take you. Don't fight it.
Swim parallel to the shore until you feel a break in the water, and then you can get back.
I've always thought, man, if I was ever caught in one of those things, I would just make myself very floatable. Right. I would not try to fight it. You got to realize you're not going to fight it. When it lets you go, whatever, then you can kind of swim out and kind of make your way in. And again, that's easy to say when you're not on the ocean and panicking when that's happening.
Right.
But man, I would hate to have to deal with that.
And that's another reason why, like lifeguard and other safety officials warn parents about putting certain colored swimsuits on your kids, right? You don't want them to wear a blue suit or a green suit that could have them kind of mix in with the water. You want them to have a bright suit that you can spot them.
Absolutely.
Red or orange.
Now, we don't watch pageants very often anymore, right? I mean, the pageant thing is kind of dead, isn't it? Would you guys agree? Like the Miss USA and all these Miss pageants, it's kind of become passé.
I thought it was, but they're still around.
I know.
Well, there is, and actually, there's I think all states have theirs. Like there's a Miss Florida.
Oh yeah,
Miss Georgia.
Well, that leads to the bigger ones,
exactly
right? Either
right.
Miss USA or Miss America.
That's exactly what happens, right? You're you're the representative of the state.
They're the feeders.
You go to the state for the Miss America, Miss USA, then you win from there, or whatever. Now they're having a Miss Texas contest here soon, a Miss Texas pageant. You already know the story?
No, but all you had to do was say Miss Texas, and I'm figuring, all right, well, let's see, a cheerleader got threatened.
Okay,
or...
No. I am familiar with it.
Okay, so don't say anything. Deb, what do you think? Her name is Marissa Tiejo. She's joining the other contestants. She's going to try to win this weekend in Houston. She's going to try to win Miss Texas, right? But there is something different about Marissa. What do you think it is? What do you think is going to set Marissa apart from all the other Miss Texas contestants?
She's an amputee?
No, she's not an amputee, but that's a very, very good guess. I would think most common guesses now would be like maybe
military veteran.
That's another good one. Larger size, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I still don't think the pageant world is ready for that.
The plus size?
I really don't.
Because she's not plus size.
Say whatever you want, but it's like you said earlier, Jimmy, when we talked about this week ago, it comes down to what you look like.
Well, let me ask you
Your talent is only going to be so much.
Let me ask you, though. I'll kind of, what were you going to say, Jack? Because I want to make sure.
Well, I think Miss Alabama has a plus size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and I agree with you, though. I think most of these contestants more than likely are going to have to fit a certain stereotypical body type, and a certain stereotypical beauty level. I know that's very subjective, but, I think everybody kind of knows what stereotypically beautiful is when it comes to pageant girls.
Well, I don't believe you can be married and compete for these pageants, so...
Oh, I don't know if you can or not. That's a great question. I'm not sure about that.
Because I believe because there's a Mrs. America
right.
competition for married women, so is she married?
No, this is Miss, M-I-S-S.
Okay,
Miss
so
Texas.
It is Miss Texas.
Yeah, it's Miss Texas. Now, let me ask you. You say that you think that women, or you think that voters would have a harder time voting for someone who's a plus size. Well, let me throw this in. Marissa is different because she's 71 years old.
Oh, wow. There was recently, I think it was in Italy or Venezuela, there was a woman who competed. I think this one was in her 50s. That's like a thing now.
She's 71 years old. So
how's she look?
Well, I'm going to show you her picture in a minute.
All right.
Now, she's 71 years old. Now, if you roll a 71-year-old out, and let's say you roll a woman out there that's clocking in at, let's say, 175 pounds. I think the average woman who's like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", or whatever is like 130 to 145 in the pageant world. Is that accurate?
Oh, no, they'd be a lot thinner than that.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I would go 110 to 125.
Oh, God, really? At 5'6", 5'8", right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Do you think they would rather see somebody at 100? We'll go 60 pounds then. Would you rather see, now, you got to remember, the 160-pound woman is going to be beautiful.
Of course.
The stereotypical. Would you rather see a 160-pound woman who is like 24, 25, or this woman who's 71?
Whoa, she's 71?
71. That woman looks 50. Can I tell you? If this woman could easily pass for 50 years old or younger.
Look at her skin.
Dude.
No, she's not.
I know.
Solid woman, and she takes good care of her skin.
Her skin is beautiful. She doesn't have those stereotypical eyes. As you get a little older, your eye.
Like that Winter Park skin?
Oh, yeah. She's Winter Park 50.
Yeah.
She's Winter Park 70, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's, the contestants just have to be 18 or older.
Wow.
She was excited to compete, hopes it inspires women to strive to be in their best physical and mental self, and she believes that there's beauty at all ages. She would have no problem getting it from many, many its. I'm telling you, there are a lot of dudes.
Now, look up Miss Alabama.
Okay, Miss Alabama.
You're there.
This is 2024?
Mm-hmm. It's a 23-year-old, so almost a third of the age of the other contestant.
Images?
Her name is Sarah Milliken.
Okay.
That's the current Miss Alabama.
Yeah.
That's the current Miss Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Describe what you're looking at, Jim.
I guess I would have to take this wrong because she is a plus-size woman.
Yeah.
No. Come on now.
Jimmy.
She's a couple pluses. She's multiple plus.
I'm not looking at you.
She's a bunch of pluses.
She's beauty and she's grace. That's what the judges thought about an Atmore woman who they crowned Miss Alabama in the National America Miss Pageant, Sarah Milliken.
Well, then I take it back because then this is how out of touch I am with pageants.
But you see the photograph, right? You
of
see her?
course, yeah, I'm looking at her.
Now I'm going to ask, and I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just asking a question. What size dress do you think that is?
You know what?
Could you venture a guess?
No, because of this experience, Jimmy. I once walked into a store looking for something for my grandmother and asked the sales clerk if the W stood for wide. She informed me it was for women.
Okay.
So don't ask me the size again, Jimmy. I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's not a polite game, Jimmy.
I'm not going to venture a guess.
So I think
you haven't had that experience.
Hold on. This is just me going on a limb. But I believe.
Keep going. I'm not joining you.
I believe if you're in that 5'6" or 5'7" range and you weigh in that 150 to 160, 65 pound range, I believe that you would wear like a size 16 or 18 dress. That's what I think.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
More than that?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. I'm enjoying, though, Jimmy gets the dress size.
Stop. Just stop. Because she could be taller.
Yeah,
I believe most contestants are like the 5'10", 5'11". I mean, you have to be like a supermodel.
But I'm looking at a group photo, and she is not. There's a group photo there. If you just
I
put
do
her
have the group photo, but I don't know. Again, I don't know her height from that photo.
Now let me ask.
Oh, look at that. We're late for break. Look at the clock there, Jimmy. Look at the clock.
Jimmy, I mean, let me just listen, man. You can just be honest, all right? Let's just be honest. Do you? Because no Miss Alabama in the history of Alabama has ever been that size.
Right.
Never, ever once. Is this a thing like where they were just trying to be PC and try to kind of set a different tone for pageantry in itself? Because look, man, there's no chance. And she's probably a sweet woman. She's a beautiful girl, but there's like no chance that in any other realm, not 2024, you can take us back to 2018, that she even gets one vote.
Well, I part of it I could see definitely trying to be more PC, more inclusive.
Right.
I think the other fact of it too is just, pageants can continue to put up, and that's the whole point of it, right? The best in your community.
Right.
The brightest, the best, the most talented.
Yeah.
The reality is the American woman has changed.
Yeah.
And those sizes that you were able to wear off of a pageant no longer exist anymore.
Right,
so
yeah.
companies are having to come to terms with the fact that, what your supermodel wears on the runway isn't going to sell if the average American woman can't put that on and go to work. So maybe she was chosen out of both the PC and inclusivity as well as the, hey, y'all, we're just getting bigger overall.
Right.
That rhymed. I didn't even plan that.
Yeah, my wife texts me and says if you're 5'6" and you weigh like 165, you would wear like a size 8 dress or something like that.
Wait, if you're 5 what?
If you're 5'6" or 5'7" or something like that and you weigh 160 pounds, you'd probably wear about a size 8 dress.
Yeah, okay. I could see that, size 8.
Now, she looked at the picture, my wife did, and she says she thinks she's probably about a size 20.
I was going to say 8, because your original was what?
I'm sorry?
Your original size that you thought that she was wearing?
I thought it was like a 10 or a 16 or something like that. So I was way bigger. I mean, at 16 is pretty big, I guess.
Listener texts in, says she's 5'7", 220 pounds of straight deliciousness, and she wears a 16 to 18 or a 14W.
Which, by the way...
14 women's, I got it.
Thank you. So embarrassing.
Yeah. Is it really?
Well, to go into...
Well, your grandmother wasn't there when you said it, right?
She wasn't there, but still, I'm in a female department store. I am not 10 years old. I was a grown-ass adult when I walked up and literally asked, does this mean wide? Like, really, Deborah? You've been shopping female sizes your whole life.
No, ma'am. You're silly. It means white. You can only buy this if you're white.
I was so happy there weren't a lot of people there.
And the B dresses are marked for brown and black, too, so you have to be careful there. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us easily at 77031. Let's take a little break. We'll get out of here on a Tuesday right after this. Plus, we'll have you heard it here first right after this.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
What's up, everybody? Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. We're looking at typical Florida weather for the end of June. 60 to 70% chances daily for showers and storms, afternoon and evening. Daily highs 90 to 95 with the peak heat index 100 to 105 each afternoon. In the tropics, we're watching an area that may develop into a tropical depression, possibly a storm going into the Bay of Campeche this weekend, and then maybe another system next week out in the southern Atlantic Ocean.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save up to $50 on your print purchase. Offer N76. Visit staples.com/print for details. Boost your business with Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Summer's here, and you're at work. Make work a lot tastier with delicious summer savings from Easy Cater, the #1 site for workplace catering with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on easycater.com. So order some food for work and make both your team and your food budget happy. Order now at easycater.com. Orders must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See all for details.
Celebrate our country's independence in Mount Dora as the City of Mount Dora and Real Radio present the Freedom on the Waterfront on July 3rd. Musical performances from All for One and Inner Circle. Food, fun, and Central Florida's best fireworks display over Lake Dora. Event starts at 5 p.m. and is sponsored by Visit Lake, Mullinax Ford, Coors Beer, Mellow Mushroom, and Fox 35. Visit the City of Mount Dora's event page for more information. Don't miss Freedom on the Waterfront in Mount Dora on July 3rd.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
If you own your own home, you're likely sitting on a pile of cash. But if only there was a way to convert that equity into cash. Well, look no further. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback Solutions offer a flexible, convenient way for homeowners to turn their home equity into cold hard cash without the hassle of today's high-interest loans. If you need the money tied up in your home to pay off debts, fund that next move, or just need cash to secure your financial outlook, EasyKnock is the solution. EasyKnock gets you the money you need without worrying about high interest rates or strict lender qualifications. Sell your house to EasyKnock at 100% fair market value and rent it back, getting the time and flexibility you need. It's that simple. EasyKnock enables you to convert the equity in your home to secure a better financial footing. Visit us at EasyKnock.com and turn your home equity into cash today. Terms and conditions apply. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Koberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
How do you solve a crime in reverse when you believe that someone was murdered but have no clue who the victim was?
We have to do our job, and we have to find out, who did they kill? If it's possible. How are we going to do that?
Listen to Deep Cover the Nameless Man on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search for Deep Cover the Nameless Man.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think?
You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there.
Huh?
Sorry.
Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Membership required. Loan subject to change.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit OneFirmForLife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at JimColbertLive.com.
Hey, Colbert crew, this is Chris from Tennessee. What about Oppenheimer? That majority of that was in New Mexico. That was a big one.
It was.
Good after morning, Colbert crew. So, wow, whoever would have thought the most progressive pageant champion we would have in this country would come from Alabama.
Really?
Big D out.
Hey, Deb. Archaeologists just found a 2,000-year-old oil stain. It's just ancient Greece.
Oh, you mother.
I like it.
How dare you?
I like it.
We stopped that months ago.
No, but they did just find an ancient Roman laundry
Did
that
they really?
was like right outside Vatican City.
Like coin operated or what?
That's great. Yeah. Old Caesar coins in there. A couple slugs. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. We'll get out of here in a sec. Coming up tomorrow is, let's see, we have Animal House. Who's in tomorrow?
Daryl Payne from Perfection Dog Training.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
He in for 2 segments, by the way. So if you have a problem with your dog's behavior or some maybe bad habits, Daryl dishes out free advice as a 30-year, 40-year dog trainer.
Yeah. He was a canine handler in London.
Yeah.
Has great stories of his dog taking a dump in Buckingham Palace.
Yes, good.
Can never beat that story.
So he'll be in tomorrow for 2 segments. Of course, we'll talk to Scott Maxwell as well from the Orlando Sentinel. So a bunch of stuff. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long for sure. What else? We also have your What'd You Do That's New. You can go to JimColbertLive.com and watch that. Prepare for next week. And if you didn't get to see mine, it's about garage selling. This couple called Florida Pickers, they do this. This is the 2021, the most money they made off of certain things. It's kind of a hobby of mine and my wife, so I picked that. You can check that out as well. We also are giving away tickets to see the Eagles in Vegas at the Sphere, Jack.
Yeah, all you have to do is when you listen to Real Radio, use the iHeartRadio app now through Sunday at any point. When you're listening, you're going to get a little pop-up. It says, click to enter here for the Eagles at the Sphere. And it could be you because it's so much more than just a concert. You're seeing, one of America's greatest rock bands in the premier concert venue right now in the world. But also, they give you a gift card for ground transportation, airfare, 2-night stay at the Venetian, and a helicopter ride, exclusive helicopter ride for 2. That alone is valued at $3,500.
Yeah, so, it's like a $10,000 package.
Yeah, it's quite the prize, and it's simply a bonus for listening on the app. We like that.
You can take one of us if you want. I'm sure
I'll go.
One of us will be available.
Yeah. Immediately, I'll go.
Yeah. I've been texting listeners all the time when they ask me about this contest.
Also, we're up for a number of awards at the OrlandoWeekly.com Best of Orlando.
Yeah, we are.
Go find us in there. A lot of the entertainment stuff you can find us in there. I know the Monsters are up for a bunch of it. I know News Junkie is. Find all the Real Radio stuff and vote for all of it.
Here's the cheat code. Go vote.orlandoweekly.com, and it's going to go right to the voting page. And your favorite show.
Cool hack.
Do it.
It is.
To the person who texted us at 77031 wanting to rant about drivers using their hazards during storms, that is now the law.
Yeah, it is.
You are allowed to do that.
You're allowed to. You don't have to.
You don't have to, and you do have to be on a highway with highway speed.
Yeah.
But sorry about that.
And a week from tomorrow, we are going to be live from Mount Dora,
I'm so
Jimmy, for the
excited
Real
for this.
Radio Takeover.
I am so excited for this.
How
I
excited
really
are
am.
you?
I'm pretty damn excited, dude.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to it. We haven't broadcast live in a while.
Yeah.
I love Mount Dora. We love that area of town. So really looking forward to it. Want everybody to come out, have a gigantic crowd for us out there. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's after work. You can make it.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, all 3 shows are going to be out there that day.
Monsters will be at Pisces Rising,
Yeah.
and News Junkie at Whiskey Kitchen, and then we're going to be right next to Elizabeth Evans Park, and that is the site of Freedom on the Waterfront.
Yeah.
Live music, Inner Circle, All for One. John Brown from Fox 35 emceeing that event, and then the fireworks at 9:15.
Can't lose, man. Going to be
Yeah.
a blast. Cannot wait. Deb, let's do You Heard It Here First.
Oh, I guess so.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, well, despite only having a 30% go for launch, an advanced hurricane hunting satellite is headed to orbit after a powerful Falcon Heavy rocket blasted off from Kennedy Space Center just before 5:30 this afternoon.
Go you.
Liftoff of GOES U, NOAA's newest weather satellite, to monitor the Earth and Sun in high definition.
A nudist satellite.
Wasn't the only one that happened to today. Yep, our newest satellite. NOAA's GOES U satellite, which weighs 5.5 tons, will help track hurricanes, tornadoes, and even solar flares. A Falcon Heavy rocket is equivalent to how many Falcon 9s strapped together, guys?
Oh, God.
I think it's 9.
6.
3.
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Give me a ding.
Yeah, what?
He already gave you the dong earlier today.
It was
Now.
the progress.
Ding, I
9,
won.
6, 3.
There you go.
Just give it to me. I
Lift
won.
off. Nope, no ding
No,
for
no
you.
ding. Yes. Oh, there he is.
He's a little slow. All right, maybe you don't get to go
Made you
to
wait for
space, but for 4th of July holiday weekend is coming up, and of course, AAA just predicting record-breaking travel. All right, what percent of Americans plan to take a road trip this summer? This is Americans all over, just all 50 states. What percentage?
60 mil. Oh, what percentage? 32%.
That's good. I like it. I'm going to go 25.
You should have gone over.
I should have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you should.
75.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I knew the minute I said it. That's kind of, I did it the backwards way. I said 30. I meant,
you
that's
meant
what
the
I,
other side.
Okay.
So
70.
that's record-setting travel for 4th of July weekend, record-setting travel for Memorial Day weekend.
Exactly. Americans just want to get the hell out of the house. 75% of us plan to take a road trip this summer. So Wallet Hub ranked the best states for summer road trips. Texas, Minnesota, New York, Louisiana, and Florida round out the top 5 best states for a summer road trip. The worst states: Arkansas, Hawaii, California.
How does Texas make it? I-10 is one of the most boring drives in the.
And how does Hawaii make the worst list?
What makes a good road trip?
Well,
scenery.
New Jersey makes the bad list, and Washington, I would say it's mainly traffic. Now, to make their determinations, Wallet Hub looked at everything from gas prices to scenic vistas to road conditions. Now, again, according to AAA, 33% of Americans are planning to travel more than 250 miles from home this summer. Enjoy the journey. And, you know, when you're going on a road trip, you need fuel to fuel you up, right?
You do, yeah.
You need food?
Yep.
Well, McDonald's $5 meal is back today.
Yay!
Speaking on the Today Show, McDonald's USA President Joe Erlinger said they heard their fans loud and clear when it comes to inflation and skyrocketing prices for fast food restaurants, which used to be the cheapest food you could buy.
That's right, yeah.
Erlinger said the $5 meal promotion, which currently runs for 4 weeks, will probably be extended locally, depending on where you live. The meal will include 4 items: a choice of a McDouble or McChicken, a small order of fries, a 4-piece order of chicken nuggets, and a small drink.
Yeah, there you go. The problem is you can buy a Costco chicken for $7, a couple cans of green beans for about $2, and then a bag of instant rice for about $1.50, and feed a family of 4 for about $12. It's true.
Either way, you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Deb. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank our money man himself, Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Also want to thank attorney Glenn Klausman at Klausman Law for bringing us our What'd You Do That's News segment. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
That's right. Don't forget to book your consult. It's edgewaterfamilywealth.com. Jack, question of the day?
Oh, the question we said, which movie best represents the state of Florida? Or which is the best Florida movie?
Okay. What are the
Choices were Scarface, Monster, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
Love that.
or Gator.
You know what? God almighty, where do you start? I'm going to go with Monster just because I don't want Florida represented by a maniac Coke dealer.
Monster was the early lead, but finishes in third place with just 15%, just edging out Gator at 11%. In second place with 22% is Ace Ventura.
Oh, God.
And majority at 52%, Scarface, baby.
Say hello to my little state.
That's not what you want to do, man. You don't want Tony Montana to be the representative for your movie state.
Oh, no, but, having a serial killer like Eileen Wuornos is such a better choice.
It's a true story.
Exactly.
That's an Oscar
Well,
winner.
so was the Scarface one as well.
Yeah,
All right, again,
that's true.
Animal Lost tomorrow, Daryl Payne in for a couple segments. Our buddy Scott Maxwell, your calls, texts, and talkbacks, and, of course, more opportunities for you to get on the air and have some fun with us. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
And stay safe. Bye.
Yep, you got it, Toyota.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Gold